end zone. Kale Kolarek gets a 33-yard rush, and the Indians are on the board first.
And they will hand it off to Cody Heisman, who plunges his way in. 6 for the Dutch, touchdown Pella. Cody Heisman, a highlight reel night. 2.5 sacks and a tutty.
Jurgens, shotgun, going for 2. Fake the handoff. Jurgens back to throw. Fires it to the end zone. Hold in. 2-point conversion. Norwalk takes the late lead with the 2.
Here is Cox trying to find running room, pushing towards the goal line. Yes, touchdown.
Fake to Boonder. Cack up the middle. Cack to the 5. Cack to the end zone. And in. Touchdown, Eagles.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with our radio pregame show. Bring you score updates from around the area and bring you all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school football. Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my cue. I'm Rick Wilson, and it's Football Friday, and sitting right next to me is Andrew Swanner. Hey, you bet. Oh, I hear that, and I get excited.
I understand. You just can't
contain
yourself sometimes. Indianola hosting Lewis Central in the quarterfinal round of our Iowa High School Class 4A football playoffs. Indianola getting their first playoff win since 1986. Last Friday night, right here at Indianola Stadium, taking down Carlisle 41-0. That advances us here, and we welcome you to the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show. Locally owned Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. As stated, he's Rick Wilson, I'm Andrew Swadner, and Rick, this is the matchup we saw back in week 4, and I think both of us just kind of knew at some point these teams were destined to meet again, and if we get anything remotely close to what we saw in Indianola's 14-9 coming down to the wire win in week 4, we should be in for a treat tonight.
Yeah, that last second, everybody was up on their feet and waiting to see what was going to happen, and Indianola got that victory 14-9, and I look for the same type of game tonight. Both these teams, I think maybe a little more points. I don't know, but I think they've talked about these two teams. They're not different as they were in week 4, but yet they are a little bit different. I think they're more mature. They've gotten older. They've gotten whatever. They've matured along. They've come along. And they've played a lot of football in those weeks also. So that being said, boy, you got two squads out here. If you put a mirror up, you're looking in the mirror at yourself, and you're looking at Lewis Central too. So two teams, Andrew, that, as they say, to make it short and sweet, they mirror each other really well.
These two teams are just so exactly alike. Both of them like to run the same offense. Both of them have very talented skill players. Both of them want to establish the run, but kind of end up going back to that pass once teams start to cheat on that a little bit. And both teams have really solid defenses that have picked up as the season has gone on. Indianola, over the last 3-4 weeks, has only given up just 1 touchdown, and that was to Bondurant Farrar, and that's a Division I Iowa commit who scored that touchdown and held the Blue Jays, who are still in the Class 4A postseason and have a very good chance at making it to the Dome, held them to just 1 touchdown in that game. That's the only score that they've given up the last 4 weeks. So coming up later on, we'll have the DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. The starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Our colors of the game presented by Mid-Iowa Restoration, and our game time temperature presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. But before we get to our pregame interview with head coach Eric Kluver, Rick, I just wanted to talk about the gravity of this situation. There's a buzz around town that hasn't been felt here for a long time, if ever. Indianola has seen success. We've won state championships. Or I should say they've won state championships. I didn't have much to do with that, if any.
Been there for softball,
in basketball,
called softball, called
softball,
called basketball.
There's success.
There, so.
It hasn't been here at Indianola Stadium for football.
No, it has not, and that's because we've played in that. I'm not shifting or making excuses, but we're not a Class 5A school. I mean, coaches over the years have said that, and we're playing now with very competitive teams, our size, that type of thing, going back and forth. And Indianola and along with Lewis Central deserve to be right where they're at right now, right on this field. The best team tonight should come out with a victory tonight, and we're hoping that's Indianola. But yes, you are right. That excitement around town is there. Every business I went into today, every place I went. Rick, what do you think? well, I'm thinking we want to come away with a victory here.
So at least around 15 or 20 conversations.
Oh,
then, right?
gosh, yes. No matter where you were or getting texts and, that seemed like to social media. So it's there. It's alive. We've got everybody coming out. I think tonight was fill the stadium, and I think they're on their way to probably getting
And it's a
close
Christmas
to that.
out tonight, too. So
Christmas,
if you show up, make sure to show your holiday cheer.
Yeah.
We got more coming up on the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show. Again, starting lineups, keys to the game. We'll take a look around Class 4A. It's Indianola hosting the Titans of Council Bluffs Lewis Central. More on the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show after this on 94.3 KNIA and the Indianola Activities YouTube page.
Indianola Hy-Vee Whole Hog Sale. Pre-order a whole boneless hog for just $399. That's over 150 pounds of meat for just $2.65 a pound. Or get a boneless half hog for just $249 or $3.31 per pound for over 75 pounds of pork. To pre-order your boneless whole or half hog, call your Indianola Hy-Vee at 515-961-5329. Ask for the meat department and order your hog. It's the Indianola Hy-Vee Whole Hog Sale, November 8th through the 21st.
Question: who's Indianola's largest internet provider? The answer? IMU Fiber. IMU Fiber has signed up almost 3,000 customers in the last 3 years for their fast, reliable internet service. Give them a call and a local person will answer any questions you may have about their second-to-none service. Fewer slowdowns, fewer interruptions, and inside of more homes in Indianola than any other internet provider. That's IMU Fiber. Bringing hometown values to broadband services, IMU Fiber is here for you now and forever.
The holiday season is upon us, and with that comes the fun of decorating. McCoy True Value in Indianola has all the holiday decorations you're looking for, from trees to lights and their wide variety of holiday ornaments. McCoy True Value has what you need to make this holiday season a little more festive. And don't forget about the extra supplies like extension cords, exterior lights, and if you're like me, the smoke detectors when your family dinner goes wrong. When it comes to the holidays, McCoy True Value in Indianola has you covered. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Are you prepared for the cold weather ahead? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can get your vehicle ready for the cold months ahead by making sure your heater is performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can check the tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding this fall when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're prepared this fall by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Hi, this is Chad Keller with Keller's Garage in Indianola, Iowa. I'd like to take time to thank everyone that trusts us to work on their vehicles, and for simply taking it to Keller's.
Honey.
These are so good.
Honey, calm down. You're embarrassing me.
These ribs are fall off the bone, melt in your mouth good. I knew Houston's on Main had amazing wood oven pizza, but ribs like this, oh man, this is a game changer.
I get it, but will you at least calm down, please? It's Friday and it's date night.
Okay, I'll calm down. By the way, are you gonna eat those?
Go ahead.
Houston's on Main in Milo, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
Holiday deals going on at your local Napa in Indianola. Get a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil for just $19.99. From November 1st through the 30th only, get 20% off 3 or more products that fit in the 99-cent bag. Also get a set of Grease Monkey 3-pack value utility gloves for just $9.99. And also get a light-up speaker for $19.99. All these and more at your local Napa in Indianola. Now that's
Napa Know-How. Welcome back to the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show on 94.3 KNIA, quarterfinals round for Indianola football. Coach, thank you very much for joining us. We talked at the end of the game last week, but now that you've had a chance to kind of digest Indianola's first playoff win here for you since 1986, and especially on the home field, what are your thoughts on that?
Just a tremendous team effort. You know, it took a lot from a lot of different people, one being our players. I thought they did a great job of going out and taking command of that game, and that's what we asked of them coming out of the locker room. And I thought our coaching staff put together excellent game plans on in all 3 phases. So it's fun to be a part of, and we know we got a good football team in here, and we're just trying to take this team as far as we possibly can.
Well, speaking of that game plan and executing it, knowing that, hey, we don't want to get into that knockdown, drag-out fight, maybe a turnover early against Carlisle and let them play their game. How much of a confidence boost does that give the guys knowing that, hey, look what we just did to a playoff team?
Yeah, a lot of confidence. Anytime you play an opponent for a second time and the outcome is what it was, I think it gives your guys a lot of confidence. And we did what we needed to do last Friday night. Defensively, they moved the ball and they put some drives together, but they just weren't able to put it into the end zone. It, resulted, maybe a penalty or a turnover. And that's what we tell our guys, be resilient. There's going to be adversity in a game. If they hit a play on you, you got to just, flush it and think about the next play. And I think that's what our guys did. And, we ended up shutting them out, which was an excellent defensive effort. And then when our offense has opportunities, we're, very explosive. And I think that was on display the other night as well.
Well, speaking of playing a team a second time, here comes Lewis Central. The game went down to the final play that it was decided on. Indianola was in control for a lot of that game, but you knew that the Titans weren't going to go away. Are they that same team from week 4?
Very similar. And, after we've had a week to watch film and to see what they've done throughout the second half of the season, they've put in a few little wrinkles, a lot like us, and but they are who they are, and they've got very good athletes and an excellent coaching staff. So, there's just it's going to come down to the little things. 2 very good football teams going at it. You couldn't have had a closer game the first time around, and I expect the same type of game here tonight.
What are some of the benefits and some of the disadvantages of playing a second team, or a team twice this late in the season for a spot at the Dome on the line?
Well, I think some of the benefits are, you always hear, this team has all this Division I talent. Our guys have played those guys, and I would put our guys up against their players, and we may not have all the stars by our name like some of their players, but we've got really good football players playing for Indianola, and I think it's just going to be a great matchup. 2 really good teams, probably a game that should be played in the Unidome. I've heard that a lot, which I would agree, but at this point in the season, everyone has an equal opportunity. Everyone is a really good football team. You don't just get here by chance, and the best team will move on to the Unidome.
Well, what needs to happen tonight for the Indians defense to replicate their performance from week 4 and the Indians offense to continue to get better and put up some more points against a very tough Titans squad?
Yeah, defensively, we have to be sound, very disciplined. They're very good in their screen game. They've got athletes that if they get out and open, they're gone. And I think we did a really nice job the first time around. They have a good running back. We're going to have to be able to tackle well. They like to run zone and power. Very good quarterback with receivers. So just got to be sound defensively, tackle well out in open space. They're going to get their yardage. They're going to get their plays, but we got to be tough and once again determined once they get down into our territory to hold them to 3 or limit their points. And then offensively be efficient. We have explosive players that can do a lot of really good things, but we got to be able to block them up front. They were disruptive. They caused problems first time around. So if we can block them up front and give our quarterback time, I like our chances. And I think probably the biggest thing tonight is special teams, and we're going to have to win that special team battle. We're going to have to punt the ball really well, something we didn't do a great job of the last time around. And then, kick cover. We got to go down and make tackles and do all the things in special teams to win a football game. So I think special teams are going to be critical tonight.
Thank you very much, Coach. We'll have more on the Downey Tire Pros Radio pregame show after this.
Are you in the market for a new car? At Victor's Auto Sales of Indianola, there are vehicles to fit any budget, as well as in-house financing. A variety of vehicles are in stock, including cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. To view their inventory, go to victorsautosalesinc.com. Conveniently located 5 miles north of Indianola on Highway 69. Whether you're upgrading your ride or looking for your very first car, head to Victor's Auto Sales, where your down payment is your approval.
American Family Insurance.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or cars, we can still prepare. Introducing the Damage Doesn't Have to Be Too Damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Contact Michael Ritchie, agent at Mike Ritchie Agency, Inc. at 204 East Detroit Avenue in Indianola, or call 515-961-8889 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
My name's Danielle Wilson. I'm the Sales and Outreach Director at Bennett Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care here in Indianola. We offer 2 levels of memory care within our community, the transitional memory care community, and then we also provide a traditional memory care community for those folks who are more advanced in their disease. All of the apartments go around the outside of the community. The whole setup is for as you progress in your disease. We don't want anybody to hold up in their apartment. We want to keep them engaged and interacting. All they have to do is step outside their door.
The game is about to start, and the guests are about to arrive. Did you forget about the food? Don't worry, Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola has you covered. Stop into one of their 2 Indianola locations at 1201 North Jefferson Way or 2001 West 2nd Avenue and carry out one of your favorite Godfather's famous pizzas, or have it delivered. The Godfather Pizza Express at 1201 North Jefferson Way offers delivery from 4 to 9 p.m., Friday through Sundays. Get a great Godfather's Pizza at a great price. Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola.
Welcome back to the Downey Tire Pros Radio pregame show on 94.3 KNIA, 95.3 KNIA, and Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner, your Indianola Indians football team, hosting the Titans of Lewis Central. The winner goes to the Dome. The loser, unfortunately, has their season come to a close. Rick, let's jump right into our DeArmond Ford Radio keys to the game. And my first key that I've kind of been thinking about all week long has been, how do you respond to the Week 4 win? Is it, we overlooked this team, we've already beat them once, or we respect what they can do, the game came down to the final play? I know Coach Kluver's teams, I have a very good feeling that it's going to be number 2 for these teams, and they know exactly what Lewis Central brings to the table, and that's exactly what we're going to see here tonight.
We had a visitor from an elf who got a little distraction back there. It's like you said, Christmas is the theme tonight, and one of my favorite elves just to pop their head in.
Yeah, for those watching, the camera's up on us in here.
You can't. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, no, you are right. Respect that team. You've got to respect that team. They will bring everything they've got to the table. Plus, they might have a few things in their bag this week that you might not. You've got to be prepared for everything, and you are right. Respect what they've got out there, and vice versa. Lewis Central will have that same respect for us. So that's why this game is good. I'm excited. I can't wait for this thing to get underway. Another thing that I think we need to do, or one of my keys, is both these leadership. And I'm not talking about coaches. I'm talking about when you get out on the field. It's Braylon Cameron, their quarterback, and our quarterback, Bennett Brick. Boy, those guys, if you look at everything on paper, they are so close. For numbers and things, but I like the way that Bennett has come around. I haven't seen a lot of Lewis Central, but I think Bennett has just shown his maturity and the way he goes and how he works out there. I love that and the way that happens. And I think that's a key for me is those two guys, which one can come out and give their best effort tonight.
Well, that's another great key to look at because quarterback play is going to be huge. But my third key is going to be, you already kind of mentioned it with leadership, but I'm going to go with mental mistakes. The game is on the line. The season is on the line right here. This is one of those times where if you're caught out of position, you're a safety who lets a guy behind you, you're a linebacker who didn't make his read, or you're a defensive lineman who didn't, he got faked out on an option or a reverse or somehow and didn't cover your spot. That potentially ends the season. And not that too much pressure on any of the players, but they just need to stay mentally focused here tonight against this Lewis Central team. Coach Kluver said it in a pregame interview. They get an inch of space, they're gone. They have those type of athletes. So Indianola needs to be mentally strong tonight, and I think use a lot of the confidence, not only from week 4, but what they've built up since that Norwalk loss.
Yeah, and I agree with you wholeheartedly there, because whether you're playing on defense or on offense, I'm going to hit with the defense here. They've got to be mentally strong. And I think Walker Whalen, I think in your interview with him, he said there's things I've got to do. A lot of times I do stuff that people don't notice, but it helps with my defensive backs or my linebackers come in to help make that play. That's what I'm there for when he's playing on defense. And I think that's going to be a key to it. That defense, number one, they've got to be able to contain their offense. They are explosive, as we know, and you've got to tackle well. You've got to be able to do that. Once you do that, don't allow big play either. So that's part of that. That mental part of that you do. If you can do your job, your fundamentals and everything on the field, if it's all there, it's going to be what it is. So just, you're going to have to wait and see. But, again, they're not professional athletes. These are kids. These are 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old young men. And by golly, I know they'll give everything they have on that field tonight, Andrew.
Should be a fun one. That's a look at our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. It's time for tonight's Game Time Temperature, presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. And, Rick, it feels a little bit chillier. I was a little surprised to see the game time temp. It's only 52 degrees. It feels a little bit chillier than that, to be totally honest.
Well, you've got a wind out of the south, and, of course, as the sun goes down, you get that a nighttime thing, which is an obvious statement.
Thing.
But you get that, yeah, and it cools itself down. So it's going to just get a little bit cooler as we go along tonight. As the game's over, close to around 10 o'clock tonight, it's supposed to be 47 degrees, but that wind will be out of the southwest at about 11 to 12 miles an hour all night. So that'll be a factor if you're going into the wind here.
North and south, which normally it's an east-west wind here, a north-south wind, according to the American flag, at the south end of Indianola Stadium. That was tonight's Game Time Temperature, presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. No hidden fees, just one great price always on plumbing, heating, and cooling services for everyone. We'll take another short time out. More of the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show after this, including our colors of the game and our starting lineups at 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube.
Colder temperatures will be here before you know it. Are you prepared? Get your furnace checked today by the professionals at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Don't get stuck in the cold. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola, for a quality heating service call or new furnace today. Joe and his crew will get you taken care of, so whatever happens outside, you know you have that quality warmth inside. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today and make sure you're not left in the cold.
At Downey Tire Pros, we love the drive. We know it's not just about horsepower and cargo capacity. It's about the miles driven, the time shared, and the songs sung. Life is lived best in motion, ready for any adventure and facing every turn head on. Downey Tire Pros will help keep you on the road with a full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. With Downey Tire Pros by your side, you can continue to explore the unfamiliar. That's our promise to you. Visit us online today. Downey Tire Pros, we're more than just tires.
If you're thinking of putting your home on the market in Indianola, here's some advice from Iowa Realty. Do it! The market is hot, and now is the time to get your property listed. Iowa Realty agents can be seen all throughout the Indianola community, involved in various clubs and organizations, coaching our youth and doing what they can do to make Indianola an even better community. If you're thinking of selling your home or business, contact Iowa Realty in Indianola, 515-961-7416. Iowa Realty is a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics.
Accidents can happen every day and to anyone, from first-time drivers to drivers who have spent their life on the road. Don't let an accident ruin your day. Smith's Collision Center in Indianola is prepared to help you whenever an accident may occur and is ready to get you back on the road in no time. If you have been in an accident and need your vehicle repaired, take it to Smith's Collision Center, located at 710 East 2nd Avenue in Indianola, and let Jeff and his crew do it right for you. Smith's Collision Center, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics.
Are you an athlete and you need to be seen by a specialist now? Are you tired of trying to find someone that's available now and not 1, 2, 3 days or weeks from today? Capital Orthopedics is very excited to announce their brand new walk-in clinic in Clive. No appointment or doctor's referral needed. Get an ultrasound or x-ray today with virtually no wait time whatsoever. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 5. Skip the wait and come to Capital Ortho's new walk-in clinic today.
Poindexter Flooring of Indianola wants to give a huge shout out to the Indianola High School football team. They've made it to the playoffs after making great efforts during their games this season. The Indianola Indians know how to lay it down, like the great staff at Poindexter Flooring. Congratulations on their district championship, wishing them all the best, and good luck at the playoffs. Let's go Indians!
Welcome back to the Downey Tire Pros Radio Pregame Show on 94.3 KNIA. Want to thank all those tuning in right now to the Indianola Activities YouTube stream. Again, that is due to our sponsors, Downey Tire Pros, as well as Sports Page Bar and Grill here in Indianola. So thank those two businesses for sponsoring the video stream here tonight on Indianola Activities YouTube. Let's get into tonight's starting lineups for Indianola hosting Lewis Central in this quarterfinal round. Starting lineups are presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Rick, who do we got starting tonight's game?
All right, let's look at the Lewis Central, the Titans. Let's look at their defense first. Starting defensive end will be number 14, that's Nick Miller. Number 72 is a defensive tackle, that's Hunter Deo. Number 18, a defensive tackle, that's Dallas Davis. Number 60, a defensive end, Parker Mateo. We've got the linebackers. That's number 8, Ethan Lemaster. Number 7 is Wyatt Hatcher. Number 38 will be Peyton Ludington. And the corners are number 3, that's Marcus Duncan, along with number 6, that's Boston Hensley. We've got the safeties. Strong safety will be Caleb Moore, number 15. And number 5, the free safety, is Ethan Fischel. The offense looks like this for the Lewis Central Titans. Looking at the line, left tackle number 72 is Hunter Dale. Number 71 is the left guard. He is Sam Chadwick. 65 is the center. That's Hunter Wallstein. The right guard, number 56, is Jack Doolittle. Number 60 is the right tackle, Parker Mateo. In the backfield, we've got number 14, that's Nick Miller, and number 1, that's John Hempel. The receivers are number 11, Lucci Fedoni. And number 23 is Braden Lofton, and number 4 is Blake Cyborn. And the quarterback is number 10, that's Braylon Camrad. The kicker is Boston Hensley, and the punter is Lane Pfeifferfell. Excuse me, I got it right. Yeah, Fairfile. I got it.
I was going to let you figure that one out.
I had to figure that out.
I'll quickly go through Indianola here since we're short on time.
Go ahead.
On the defensive line from left to right, it'll be Ray Leventhals, James Naughton, and Walker Whalen. Linebackers Johnny Mankey, Jack Strong, Jacob Lundberg, and Carter Erickson. Defensive backfield will be Charlie Wilmot, Cale Kalarick, and Casey Stecker, Micah Dewey also in there. On the offensive line, it'll be Moffitt, Boyd, Crawford, Nicholson, and Teasdale left to right. Kingery and Gordon, the wide receivers, Whalen at tight end, Kalarick at tailback, Menke at fullback, as well as we'll see Gavin Darling in there, and Bennett Brick at quarterback. Tonight's starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Vintage Hills of Indianola offers assisted living and memory care in beautiful apartment homes. Get the lifestyle you want with the services and amenities that will make your life easier at Vintage Hills of Indianola. Tonight's colors of the game presented by Mid-Iowa Restoration. Indianola's in their home purples, white numbers, gold stripes on the shoulder pads, and gold helmets with white pants. Lewis Central's in their away whites, their navy pants, as well as white helmets with navy numbers. Tonight's colors of the game presented by Mid-Iowa Restoration. Are the colors in your heavy machinery fading away, or maybe you're dealing with rust? Visit the sandblasting experts at Mid-Iowa Restoration in Milo and leave your hardworking machinery in their capable, hardworking hands. See some of their work at MidIowaRestoration.com. You've been listening to the Downey Tire Pros Radio Pregame Show, locally owned Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. No breaks on this train. We're staying right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola will kick off from their own 40 to get this game going. Let's get excited, Mr. Rick Wilson. It's almost football time.
Yeah, they've got it. We're ready to go here, and they've got John Hempel back deep for the Lewis Central. He's back around that 7 or about that 8-yard line. They're going to try to keep it away from him because he's explosive. And let's see, we've got Steph Stark, kicking off for Indianola, and he's getting ready to get the sign from the official, and we're underway.
You can hear that crowd. Indianola kicking off from right to left. They kick it nice and high, fielded by the Titans at their own 10-yard line. Running to the right side, cut off from behind, but escapes through the hole across the 25, gets to the sideline, but ankle tackled. Nice job coming through for the Indians. Morowski was in on the tackle and maybe saving a decent amount of yards, but Lewis Central, good field position at the 32.
Yeah, it's a great run back. They've got a great blocking there. We'll see what happens here. Now as they line up that offense. Across that line, it's Deo, Chadwick, Wallstein is the center, Doolittle, and Mateo. And, of course, the quarterback is Brayton Camrod. And they should come out. It'll be Nick Miller at the fullback, and then the tailback will be John Hempel.
John Hempel at tailback behind Camrad, who's in the shotgun. They are going 4 wide receivers, all to the left wide side of the field right now. 1st and 10, 11:51 on the first quarter clock, and a crazy formation for the Titans to start this one out. Handoff to Hempel up the middle, and he's met right up the middle. Liventhal's was in there. Wilmot, Kalarick, Lundberg, all meeting him at the line of scrimmage, but he does get up to around the 35, a gain of 3 for Hempel.
Yeah, he's going to pick up those yards, and he got that 3 yards there, but they were right there to grab. Having those receivers out to the left didn't really fool anybody. We had coverage on it, but that ball, was going to go to Hempel. And now they've got a 2nd down and about 7 yards.
11:22 and counting on the first quarter clock. 2nd down and 7. Double wide receivers right and left now for Camrad and the shotgun. Hempel next to him. Quarterback keeper through the left side, met at the line of scrimmage, and Walker Whalen's in on the tackle and throws him to the ground, but he does get up to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 sets up 3rd and shorts.
Definitely important yardage here for them. They've got that 3rd and short yardage, Andrew, and now our defense need to really get down because this, for both teams, this is an important 3rd down situation.
Double wide receivers left and right for Lewis Central. Camrad in the shotgun again. Hempel next to him. 3rd and 3, 10:45 on the first quarter clock and counting. They need to get to the 42 for a 1st down. Indianola defense. 4 on the line. Strong looking to blitz. You can hear that crowd. Hempel goes in motion. It's a keeper up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but he spins out of a tackle, rushes forward. Enough for a 1st down across the 45 is Camrad, and he gets to the 47, a gain of 8. For Braylon Camrad, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, I thought they had him right at the line of scrimmage, and he did a nice spin move, got out of that. That front line's doing a great job right now for Lewis Central. Deo, Chadwick,
illegal motion on the Titans.
Wow.
Wipe away the play.
And it was that Hempel that went in motion?
It was Hempel out of the backfield. It looked
so.
like he went in motion, so he must have been moving forward as it was snapped. So a 3rd and 3 turns into a 3rd and 8. Wipe away an 8-yard carry and a 3rd down conversion. And this is what we saw last time, Rick. The Titans hurt themselves a little bit with penalties in that Week 4 matchup.
Yeah, they seem to be making movement and going forward with it. And this time now, again, the same thing happens. And that wipes away a 1st down, makes it 3rd down and long from the 30, about the 35-yard line.
Trips wide receivers left. Now Camrad sends Hempel to the right. 4 wide receivers. Drops back to pass 3rd and 8. Not a lot of pressure. Camrad rolls out to his left. Strong comes up to meet him at the line of scrimmage. He can't get away from him, and he's met across the 35 and tackled short of the 1st down. Did get positive yards for Braylon Camrad, but that's just a coverage rush out. And Lundberg and Strong out there on the tackle, and that should be a punt.
That's a good job by Lundberg. He didn't let him get around. He made a move and got by him, but enough hesitation, Andrew, where he got help from the rest of the defense and in Strong, and they made it. They only picked up about 3 or 4 yards.
Dewey back to receive, and his own 25-yard line now moves back a couple of steps. But Indianola's defense, with the aid of a penalty, potentially gets a stop. Lewis Central with 4 wide. A low snap goes out, but it's fielded by the punter, but that is not a deep punt. Bounces at the 35, takes a couple of Lewis Central bounces, and the deep punt turns into a fantastic one. Goes all the way down to the 22, where it is down with 9:02 left to go, quarter number 1. The defense does its job. Indianola's offense comes out onto the field. Let's do a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Lewis Central 3 and out, 9:02 off the first, or not on the first quarter clock, easy for me to say. and it's 1st and 10, Indianola. That's a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset.
Yeah, we talked about the mental mistakes or anything that might happen, and right there, that penalty cost them a first down where they could have kept that ball moving, and it ends up in a punt. Now Indianola has it 1st and 10 from the 22.
Double wide receivers right, Brick in the pistol, Kolarek behind him as Whalen goes in motion from the left to the right to the short side of the field. Kolarek with the handoff, tries the right side, gets up near the line of scrimmage before he's met and doesn't get anything. Well bottled up by Lewis Central, and it's a gain of nothing, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think coming off the bottom of that for Lewis Central, looked like it was Ethan Lamaster, the linebacker. They've got very good linebackers here in those three, Lamaster, Hatcher, and Ludington. They play their positions very, very well, along with that front line of Miller, Deo, Davis, and Mateo.
Shivers, Erickson, and Gordon out to the left. Kingery alone to the right. No tight end. Kolarek behind Brick in the pistol. 2nd and 10. Handoff, Kolarek. Offensive line falls in front of him, and he gets a yard. Again, well bottled up by Lewis Central. And it'll be 3rd and 9. So Indianola goes to the ground twice in a row, trying to spread out the Titans. But they are not fooled. And I think an offensive lineman, I didn't see who it was, Rick, but just kind of tripped backwards, and that kind of messed up that play a bit.
Yeah, I couldn't make out which one it was either, but, boy, they're firing off. They need to fire off that line. And right now, boy, if we can get K.O. Kolarek that half step, Andrew, that's going to be a positive for Indianola tonight. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and long.
Kingery and Erickson to the right, Gordon to the left, 3rd and 9. Indianola from their own 23. Brick drops back to pass, has a nice pocket, but it's hit out of the air and knocked down. It should be an incomplete pass. I thought there was a chance Lewis Central maybe picked it up, but it's incomplete, and Lewis Central's defense makes another statement. Both defenses playing well to start, and the Indians will be forced to punt.
And I'm not sure who knocked it down. It might have been Hunter.
I think it was Deo.
Deo, but he had it, and I tell you, that was close to a pick six for them. It's going to be a punting situation for Indianola.
So Indianola set to punt. Lewis Central does a nice job flipping the field, and it'll take a punt from Johnston to pin Lewis Central back. Long snap is good. Nice line drive punt off to the side, but it is fielded by Lewis Central. Gets a great block across the 45 to the 50 inside Indianola territory, and a great return from Fidoni, and it'll be 1st and 10, Lewis Central inside Indianola territory. 7:25 left to go, quarter number 1. Nothing score. Indianola, Lewis Central.
Again, great field position this time, again, for Lewis Central. Second time they get the ball, and they're going to have that ball. They finally spot it where he went out of bounds at around the 47.
7:25 to go, quarter number 1. Lewis Central's second offensive possession. Both teams go 3 and outs. Double wide receivers left, double right for Camrad, as well as Humpel. Humpel with the carry, tries the left side, absorbs a huge hit coming off the outside. Kolarek comes in and makes the hit along with Erickson, but he does get across the 45 to the 42. Gain of 5 from Humpel, and it's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I think maybe Strong might have been in on that too. I know they got 2 or 3 purple shirts on that, but he did, like you said, Andrew, he picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5, under 7 minutes to go in quarter number 1. A little bit tighter this time for the Titans. Just double wide receivers left, one on the right, and now a tight end in. Camrad drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure and a hold up the middle. Indianola crowd wants it. I don't think they're going to get it. Camrad scrambles out to the right side and gets across the 40, enough for a first down. And it felt like Naughton had an arm around his neck there, Rick, but they're not going to get the call. No flag, and that's playoff football. And it should be a gain up to the 35-yard line, a 7-yard gain from Camrad.
Yeah, 7-yard pickup for the quarterback. So nice scramble. They tried. No receivers open. They had everybody covered. Good job by the defense, but boy, he still picked up enough for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 35.
Trips wide receivers left, one on the right for Lewis Central. 1st and 10 inside Indianola territory. Keeper, Camrad, I think they tried to toss it out, and finally they get it out. It's a broken play and tackled back across the 35-yard line. That one was blown up immediately. It was a completed pass to Humpel, but it goes for -1 yards.
Yeah, he lost a yard on that. Now the coverage there was really good. We had several purple shirts in on that. They did a great job of getting that. He finally got the play off, and now we've got Camera limping off the field.
Uh-oh.
Timeout called by Lewis Central. He's kind of going over to the trainer. Will take a look at him. Boy, that'll be a big blow.
That is a huge blow. That play just collapsed in the middle of them. I think they tried a bit of a backdoor screen to try and catch Indianola on the rush, but that's a timeout on the field. Do want to mention you're listening to Indianola High School football, powered by Community First Credit Union on AM 1320, FM 95.3, and FM 94.3 KNIA. Knoxville, Indianola, as well as Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Rick, let's do In Case You Missed It, presented by DeArmond Ford. Both teams went 3 and out on their first possessions. Now Lewis Central has the offense moving, but it's 2nd and 10, and Camrad limps off the field. That is the Titans quarterback for Lewis Central, so hopefully he's okay, but obviously it could be a big blow.
It could be a big blow. Now, I don't know if he's back in that huddle looking at that. He limped off. I couldn't tell across the way they're huddled up over there, but we'll have to wait and see. The backup quarterback, that's listed as Ethan Fischel. He is a 6'3" senior, so we'll wait and see what happens as they come out of the timeout.
And it looks like Camrad is not in the game. It is Ethan Fischel in at quarterback. So a big blow for Lewis Central with 5:52 left to go, quarter number 1. Nothing score, Indianola Lewis Central, and Fischel is in at quarterback. Hands off, Humpel. Tries the right side, stays on his feet across the 30, hit by Wilmot to finally put him down up across the 30-yard line. Should be at the 28, a gain of 7 for Humpel. That sets up 3rd and short. 5:35 and counting off the first quarter clock. Nothing score.
Well, it's just a simple handoff. They went around that side. Wallstein is the center. Doolittle and Mateo are on that right side as linemen. They did some nice blocking, and of course Jonathan Humpel doesn't need a lot, and he picked up 7.
Keeper by Fischel on the left side, pushes forward across the 25, enough for a first down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 5 for Fischel. And a gain of 5 on the ground gives a new, fresh set of downs for Lewis Central. 5:02 and counting in quarter number 1. Indianola led from start to finish the last time these two teams matched up. So right at the 22 is where Lewis Central gets a fresh set of downs. Moving from left to right. Again, neither team scored yet, just the 3rd possession overall, 2nd for the Titans. Fischel hands off Humpel up the middle, has a big hole. He's tackled by Strong as he crosses the 15. He's down right at the 16, but that's a gain of 6 for Humpel. And that is inside the McCoy True Value red zone now, as now they go into hurry-up offense. Double wide receivers left and right. Keeper, no, Humpel up the middle. He gets hit, but he stays on his feet across the 10. That'll be enough for another fresh set of downs, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Lewis Central's just carving up Indianola on the ground right now.
Yeah, he got another 7 yards on that one, and just that they're doing it. He's just such a strong runner. They're trying to tackle him up above. They need to take his feet out from underneath him if they can, because boy, he's got such power. And right now they're inside the 10 at the 9. 1st and goal for the Titans at the 9.
Inside 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Again, backup quarterback Ethan Fischel is in the game for Lewis Central. Fischel, keeper up the middle, gets a great block, hit at the 5 by Lundberg and stopped. He's going to get good yardage all the way up to the 3, a gain of 6 for Fischel.
Yeah, his forward progress, he just took that. That was a design play right there. Quarterback's going to keep that. That's something that they run. The ball spotted at the 3. He picked up 6 yards.
So 2nd and goal from the 3 now for the Titans. Clock continues to run. Indianola's had the ball about maybe 2 minutes in this first quarter.
That's about it. Yep, that's about right.
2nd and goal from the 3. They have 1 completed pass for -1 yards. Indianola's run 3 plays. Nothing score, but the Titans are threatening. 2nd and goal from the 3. Receiver to the left. Humpel, handoff up the middle, basically untouched, gets into the end zone with 3 minutes on the first quarter clock, and Lewis Central takes the first lead of the game, 6-0. That going almost entirely on the ground. It was entirely on the ground, and a 3-yard touchdown run for Lewis Central puts them up. A little bit too easy there on the ground for the Titans, Rick. Indianola's going to have to rethink some things on the defensive side.
Yeah, that defense, really, they were giving, and they kept giving. They kept running it, and they did what was good. And right up the middle there, that offensive line was very explosive off the line. They did a great job. They handled our defensive line very well.
Extra point is up. Extra point is in. Lewis Central 7, Indianola nothing. 3 minutes to go in the first. Back after this on KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
You're in the mood for a small town diner. So what exactly are you looking for? Great service and great food at a great value. Try Krause Cafe in Indianola. The wait staff is the best in the area, making you feel right at home from the time you walk in. Krause Cafe's hot roast beef sandwich is award-winning, and their homemade cherry pie has been voted best in Indianola and has been featured in several magazines and travel books. So great service, check. Great food at a great value, check. Fill up at Warren County Small Town Diner Krause Cafe in Indianola.
Good Samaritan Society in Indianola is committed to providing an unprecedented level of quality service, compassionate care, and range of amenities to ensure the residents enjoy a carefree, fulfilling lifestyle that is tailored to their needs. Proudly serving Warren County and the surrounding Des Moines areas, their friendly, professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bringing you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person. Give them a call today at 515-302-6791 and get the next journey of your life started the right way today.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3, 95.3 KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube. 3 minutes to go in the first. Indianola trails 7-0 to Lewis Central and are set to receive the kick. Erickson gets underneath it, fields it at the 10-yard line, across the 20 with a great block across the 25, and near the 30 is where he's marked down. And he's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Rick, the Indianola offense looking to stay out there for more than 3 plays this time. 3 plays, 1 yard, and a punt.
Yeah, that time Ethan Lemaster made that tackle. He got that. Now they've got field position here for Indianola. They've got the football. They've got to handle it more than 3 plays. So they get 1st and 10 from the 28.
Trips wide receivers left. Erickson, Shivers, and Gordon. Kingery to the right. Brick in the pistol. Kolaric behind him. They get Lewis Central to jump, and here come the flags. And Brick is so good at that hard count. That'll be an extra 5 yards for Indianola, and that opens up the playbook a little bit more.
Second down and 5, or excuse me, 1st down and 5 as they move it. The second penalty against Lewis Central. That first one came in their first drive where they got a 1st down, but they discounted that. That drove them back 5 yards. They had to punt the ball away, and now Indianola has it 1st and 5 from the 33.
Same formation. Kingery to the right. Indianola moving from right to left. Shivers, Erickson, and Gordon, and they get them to jump again. A free 10 yards on penalties.
All right, we know Bennett Brick is good. I didn't expect that to come the second time.
I don't think Coach, a nominee for tonight's creative idea presented by Indianola Memorial Works. You don't have to run any offensive plays if you just get them to jump off sides every time.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure that's not going to happen too much more, but you never know about that. But here we go. We got finally up at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for Indianola.
1st and 10 inside their own territory. Brick with the hard count again. Lewis Central. You can see him kind of laughing at the line at that one. 2:55 to go, quarter number 1. Indianola trailing 7-0. Brick drops back, and I think this is actually whistled dead, and it is.
Were we looking at the play clock? I'm not sure.
So delay of game. So a free 10 yards given by Lewis Central, but it hurts Indianola a little bit more since it's now 1st and 15. So we have yet to run a play on this Indianola drive. It's just been whistled dead penalties.
Yeah, basically 3 plays, and that's about it. And Bennett Brick, 0 for 1, and then two running plays to Kolaric and a punt. So that's what we've got right now. All right, 2:53. That's what's left here in the first quarter.
Brick in the shotgun, same formation. Drops back to pass. Kolaric picks up a blitz. Now Brick rolls out to his right, tosses it towards the sideline, caught by Kingery at the 48-yard line. What a catch. 10 yards.
That's a 16-yard catch.
Oh, yeah, it's 16 yards. Good call. 16 to Drew Kingery on 1st and 15 up to the 49-yard line. 2:44 to go, quarter number 1.
And Bennett Brick had open. He was open. He could have picked up maybe 7, 8, 9 yards. He could have got a reasonable on a 1st and 15. but at the last minute, and with his arm and his way he's throwing, he found Kingery, and that was just a great throw, great play. 1st and 10 for Indianola.
Whalen back in at tight end. Double wide receivers left, one to the right as Kolarek goes in motion. Brick drops back to pass, throws, and nearly hits Kingery on a slant at the 40-yard line, in and out of his hands, and it falls incomplete. And I think Kingery maybe heard some footsteps as the safety was coming up to hit him, but it's incomplete. 2:20 on the first quarter clock, and Indianola trails 7-0.
There was good coverage by the corner. He came over and stayed with him well, but Kingery had the opening, and that one maybe, but he dropped it, couldn't quite hang on to it, goes incomplete, but it brings up a 2nd down and 10 from the 49.
So just knocking on the door of Lewis Central territory. They go trips wide receivers left this time. Gordon, Erickson, and Kingery in the slot. Handoff Kolarek, tries the left side, met at the line of scrimmage and gets a yard, and that'll be it. And it's now 3rd and 9 as Kolarek 3 rushes, 2 yards. This is the strength of this Lewis Central team. They have big guys on the defensive line.
Their linebackers
and
really
Indianola
play
quickly
well.
moving here, Rick. Trips wide receivers left, 3rd and 9 at midfield. Indianola trails 7-0, under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Brick looks to the sideline and potentially changes the play. Gets the snap, looks to the left, it's caught. Kingery out in the flat, gets a great block from Erickson, rushes forward across the 45, very close to a 1st down. I think he's going to be a yard short.
Walker Whalen down the field too, look at the block. Erickson had that great block like you called. I think he's going to be short a yard or 2.
A gain of 8 on 3rd and 9, and it's 4th and 1, and Indianola sends the big guys out. I think they're going for this. And it'll be a direct snap to Kolarek.
Yep, they got everybody up there. Oh,
well, now they swap out. They send Kolarek along with 3 blockers out to the right and Brick in the shotgun. They get him to jump.
Oh, baby.
Flag comes out, and encroachment, the 3rd of the drive with 1:42 left to go on 4th and 1. And I'm just going to say it. That's tonight's creative idea presented by Indianola Memorial Works. You get a team to jump 3 times on encroachment on 1 drive. Well done, Bennett Brick. That's tonight's creative idea presented by Indianola Memorial Works, serving Central Iowa for more than 45 years. Creative, custom memorials and monuments the way you want them.
And here's the advantage to that. Now they'll set back on their heels, and if you can go on a quick count, you may have an advantage there. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Going in motion from right to left is Gordon. Indianola 1st and 10 inside Lewis Central territory. Brick right side takes a shot deep up for Kingery and incomplete. Some contact down the field, but it was well played and a good no call, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, about that play, that was thrown over his head. He couldn't make he tried to turn, and when he turned to make that move to go to it, and there was some separation there. A great no call by the officials, and Drew Kingery just kind of fell down.
Minute 37 to go, quarter number 1. Indianola trailing 7-0 to Lewis Central. Of course, Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling Radio scoreboard. We don't have any other local games going on, but we're paying attention to Class 4A. Decorah Winterset, Cedar Rapids Xavier. Handoff. Kolarek tries the left side, tripped up at the line of scrimmage and tackled back at the 39-yard line. They give him the line of scrimmage. And maybe a loss of 1.
Here's the thing. The line did a great job of blocking, but then in the middle linebacker, Wyatt Hatcher, what a great job he did. 6'3", 205. The senior came in, and he got no yardage. Matter of fact, a loss, I believe.
Well, they mark him down at the 38, so 0 gain on the play.
Gain then,
Let's try this one more time. Webster City at Cedar Rapids Xavier. And then Bondurant Farrar at Waverly Shell Rock. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Brick on 3rd and 10, drops back to pass, has a clean pocket, tosses it out left side towards Kolarek, but it hits the deck, and it was well defended by Lewis Central, and decision time for Indianola. Do you flip the field? It's at the 38, just a little bit, and it looks like the Brady Blake and the punt unit will come on. They've run a fake from this before, but Blake has also punted.
They have, and then on that last pass, I think, I think he expected Kolarek to go down the field a little bit, lead him a little bit, and if he would have caught him standing right there in the flat, then he can make his own. Probably would have had a chance to pick up some extra yardage, but it goes incomplete, and we've got, looks like a punting situation.
Blake will go back to punt, but obviously he's the backup quarterback and is known to throw it in this situation. Good snap. and tosses it out right side. They go fake punt deep down the field, and
we got
incomplete,
a
and a flag comes out.
Yep.
Kingery draws the pass interference penalties, and that's the benefit of having Blake as that short yardage punter. I'm struggling tonight,
well,
Rick.
Okay, but it's a good play, and right away, you knew right away it was going to happen. 15-yarder, right?
Yep. From the line of scrimmage, 52.2 seconds to go, quarter number one. Indianola trails 7-0. They have forced 4 Lewis Central penalties on this drive.
That's the 5th penalty for 35 yards in this first quarter for Lewis Central. I think that's a little uncommon for them, but you got to give credit to Bennett Brick and his call. But right there on that play, that was a good call. And now it's 1st and 10, not quite inside the McCoy True Value red zone, but they're close.
Gavin Darling in at fullback, Brick in the pistol. Hands it off to Kalarick, but it is whistled dead at the line of scrimmage.
That happened.
And a timeout called by the Titans.
Second timeout.
So we'll stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Indianola trailing 7-0 to Lewis Central at the end of this first quarter. And we do want to say congratulations to Jessica Godfrey, our fan of the game, presented by Godfather's Express. She has won a free single-topping large pizza. So if you'd like to be our fan of the game, stop by Godfather's Express to register. Then listen to our next Indianola broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game, presented by Godfather's Express. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Rick, Indianola with a nice-looking drive, I think aided more by Lewis Central penalties than anything. I mean, Brick right now is 2 of 6 for 24 yards. Kalarick has 4 rushes, 2 yards. And the only offense other than that has come from Kingery, who has obviously the 2 receptions for 24 yards. So 26 yards right now for Indianola in this game.
Yeah, and I think that's got a lot to do with it. And that's 35 yards in penalties, 30 of that on this drive.
Yeah, so 24 yards of offense, 30 yards of penalties on this drive. 1st and 10, Indianola at the Lewis Central 23, 50.5 seconds to go, quarter number 1. Indianola set up. Murawski and Kalarick in the backfield, along with Brick. Gordon to the left, Kingery to the right. Gets the handoff, fakes the handoff. Kingery caught, slant across the 15, down at the 12-yard line, and that's a connection of 11 yards through the air. 1st and 10 to Drew Kingery again.
I think Peyton Ludington was the linebacker on that. Drew Kingery made a nice cut and a nice play, and it picks up the first down yardage.
So not quite 1st and goal from the 11. And the clock stops. I wonder if Lewis Central's wanted to reset the ball there, and they take a little bit of time, but maybe cuts into the Indianola momentum a bit. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Indianola trailing 7-0, same formation. Brick in the shotgun. Handoff Murawski left side. Jukes by 1 defender and falls forward to the 10. And Murawski with a gain of 1 sets up 2nd and 9. See if Indianola wants to swap the field here. 12 seconds to go, quarter number 1. They can run one play if they hustle, and they are hustling to the line. 5 seconds. Brick in the shotgun. And
not going to get him to
with
jump.
0.8 seconds, they stop the clock on a whistle, and they think they got Lewis Central again.
Did they really?
Yep.
I didn't see
on the corner
move.
here.
Oh, over here.
On the corner with 0.7 seconds to go, they get another encroachment. 2nd and 4. And Indianola will let the clock run out. That does it for quarter number 1. Indianola trails 7-0, but they're knocking on the door inside the McCoy True Value red zone. More after this on KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
You don't want to pick up garbage, but lucky for you, someone else does. Your hometown choice for garbage is TRM Disposal in Indianola. They offer dumpster and roll-off rentals for construction jobs, small remodeling jobs, or basement cleanouts. Seriously, if you need to distress, clean out your entire house, throw it in a dumpster, and let TRM Disposal pick it up.
This is Sarah with TRM Disposal, where we pride ourselves on being a local family-owned company with old-fashioned customer service.
Our team at D. Armand Ford Indianola are committed to giving you an exceptional ownership experience.
As a family-owned business, my dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure you experience the D. Armand difference.
Our core values of hard work, honesty, trust, and integrity are what we build our business on.
Experience the difference at the all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola,
where you'll actually enjoy doing business.
The all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola, darmandford.com.
"12 minutes on the second quarter clock. He's Rick Wilson looking for some satisfaction. I'm Andrew Swadner, stumbling over the words tonight. Indianola trailing 7-0, but they have a 2nd and 4 from the Titans' 6-yard line. Welcome you back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. And Indianola set to run the first play of the second quarter. Brick in the shotgun with Kolarek next to him. Trips wide receivers left. Keeper for Brick. Tries the right side. Gets a great block. Pushes forward towards the corner. And he's close. No call yet. Down at the 1.
Yeah, just inside the 1. I know if you were looking at Cale Kolarek, he raised his hands up. A great blocking by Cale, and they led that out there. And that's a good play. I like that play because you don't expect Bennett to do that.
He does not do
He's
that
done
much.
It, but what a great job by Bennett Brick taking it on and going here. Now we've got,
First and goal at the 1. They go with the big guys. Direct snap to Kolarek. Tries the right side, and he gets into the end zone. A 1-yard rush from Cale Kolarek puts Indianola within an extra point. 11:22 to go, quarter number 2. And it's a Cale Kolarek 1-yard rush that gets in. MVP of that drive has to be Lewis Central penalties. Indianola's offense did not do much outside of that, but they took advantage. Now Indianola trying to tie this one up. Stark out to kick the extra point, Blake to hold. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. It is through the uprights and in, and we are knotted up at 7. 11:22 to go, quarter number 2. We'll stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Well, let's take a look ahead at the road ahead, presented by Good Samaritan Society of Indianola. And Rick, the winner of this game goes to the Unidome, Indianola, for the first time. Their opponent would be determined on the other Class 4A scores. But either way, Indianola looking to win, and the road ahead is the Unidome.
It is, and they want to get there. They want to get there real bad. It's going to be one of those games tonight. We just saw what happened here, and now Indianola, boy, not a lot of yardage on that drive as far as offense, but boy, what a great call by Bennett Brick when they got in situations. It's just his cadence and what he did. Good job.
All right, that's the road ahead presented by Good Samaritan Society of Indianola. When it comes to your road ahead, think of Good Samaritan Society, where their professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bring you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person, mind, body, and spirit. 11:22 to go before halftime. Indianola Lewis Central tied at 7.
Well, just quickly in that first quarter, yardage, 57 yards on the ground for Lewis Central, -1 passing. That's 56 yards total. For Indianola, they had a total of 2 yards rushing, 36 passing for 38, and of course they took it right in and scored with 11:22 to go here in the kickoff by the Indians.
All right, short kickoff from Indianola, fielded at the 18. Lewis Central bringing it up across the middle to the wide side, across the 35, before he's finally pushed out. And Lewis Central with decent field position. 11:16 to go before halftime, 7-7 score. And Rick, Indianola has some work to do to stop the run.
Yeah, they do. And that time, Lucia Fedoni, really, he's taken a couple of those. Got great field position for them now. The ball spotted at the 37-yard line. And now the Indianola Indians defense has to really step this up. They've got to come up with a big play here, a big stop, that type of thing. Let's see what they can do here as we begin.
I should also mention Camrad back into the game for Lewis Central. Running backs flanking him, 1st and 10, drops back to pass. Looks deep across the middle, has all day to throw, and hits his receiver at the 45 up across midfield, and tackled from behind by Erickson. But that's up and 15. Caught by Curtis Whitty, I believe. Or no, that was Braden Lofton, number 23, up to the 49. That is nice gain, and it's up inside Indianola territory, gain of 18. So Indianola's defense, which again has allowed 1 touchdown previous to this one in the last 4 weeks, has their backs against the wall, and Lewis Central with a lot of momentum. Trips wide receivers right. Humple with the handoff up the middle. Liventhal's came in and hit him at the 46, and that is all he'll get. A gain of 3 for Jonathan Humple, and it'll be 2nd and 7. They do give him up to the 45, so a gain of 4. And it's 2nd and 6, but Rick, gain of 4. Lewis Central's happy with that all day.
Yeah, they come up with a nice pass play, and now they come up with a couple yards to pick up about 3 yards here. But they're in Indianola territory. That defense has to back them up here. They got to see what that front line can do. Here we go.
Double wide receivers left and right. Camerad looks to the right side, and it is caught and immediately taken down on the far side. Micah Dewey on the tackle up at the 40. It was to Lofton for a gain of 5, but it is 3rd and 1. This is 4-down territory for the Titans, and they're trying to get Indianola on a switch, and they're going to get caught, and Coach Kluver has to call a timeout before he got caught with too many guys on the field. Well played by Lewis Central. Indianola was trying to switch, and they didn't shift any guys on the offensive side, so they don't have to give any time for substitutions to come in, and Coach Kluver has to burn a timeout.
Yeah, had to get that timeout called quickly, and he's right there by the officials, so he was able to do that before they got it snapped away. That's a good job by the coaching staff and a good timeout there. It's a 3rd down situation, 3rd and short yardage.
Don't have any Class 4A scores coming in yet, but of course Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates. Williamsburg 6, West Marshall nothing. Dyke leads Sigourney Keota 14-0 as well. Thanks for those scores, gentlemen. Lewis Central playing well on offense, 4-down territory, Rick. And Indianola's defense doesn't seem to have an answer right now.
Yeah, right now, that running game for Lewis Central, they got to find some way to stop that. And it's going to be, we knew that would be tough coming in here. They've done, this is what they do. And we're just having an awful time trying to stop that. We've contained it a couple times, but you've got to do that more than that. 3rd and short yardage, you know what's going to happen here. You know who's going to get the football. So let's see if they can stop this.
I wouldn't even be surprised to see a shot deep at this point, too, knowing that it's probably 4-down territory. 3rd and 1. Camerad in the shotgun, Humple next to him. Handoff to Humple. He rushes forward, gets it up for the 1st down, and a lot more. Ball comes out, and Indianola's saying they have it. Indianola ball on a fumble recovery inside their own territory. Humple tried to get past the defender. Indianola strips it and recovers at the 33.
Yeah, Humple picked up about 5 yards, then he lost it, and so he got 5 on that, had enough for the 1st down, but then he fumbled the ball. Good job.
Lundberg with the recovery.
Yep. Jacob Lundberg with the recovery.
9:39 to go before halftime. Indianola with a chance to take the lead. This game is tied at 7, 9:39 to go before halftime. Kingery to the left. Erickson, Whalen, and Darling, a big formation to the right. Erickson goes in motion. Fakes the handoff. Brick drops back to pass. Throws. Ball was tipped. He had Erickson nearly picked off at midfield, but it hits the deck and it's incomplete. That ball was tipped. If it doesn't hit Erickson there, it's picked off. So probably a good thing for Indianola.
Well, if it's not tipped, he might. Well, anyway, it was tipped, so that's going to go incomplete.
Close play at the very least. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we can go what if with a lot of scenarios on that, but yeah, it's just and Erickson got up. He thought there might be a flag, a tripping, but there was no call.
2nd and 10. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Kolarek with the handoff, met in the backfield, and he's just going to get swallowed up and has nowhere to go. I think he lost a yard.
Is that LeMaster again on the tackle? No, check the call. It's not LeMaster, but he was right around it. I got to look to see who made that tackle.
Well, Dale was in on it, who created kind of the pileup, and it's a loss of 1 for Kolarek.
It's a defensive end, number 14, Nick Miller, come off the bottom of the pile.
3rd and 11. 9:05 and counting. Quarter number 2. Indianola and Lewis Central tied at 7. And this Lewis Central defensive line is stopping any Indianola run game right now. Trips wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Brick drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Looks right. Stays on his feet. Chucks it downfield. Is caught on the far side by Kingery, up at the 38. And it's just a gain of 5, not nearly enough and it will be a punting situation.
Yeah, that's going to be that's 5 yards, but I'm going to tell you something. I was really impressed with our front line there. What a great job they did protecting Brick from Boyd to Crawford to Mick Nicholson in there. They just did a great job. Moffitt, they did a great job of protecting him. He had a lot of time to find somebody, and he found him, but it was only for about 5 yards.
Lewis Central looks to be bringing it on this punt, and Indianola with a nice job on the recovery, or I guess protection. Fair catch called for at the 33, and that is where Lewis Central takes over. Indianola cannot take advantage of a Lewis Central turnover, and the Titans have the ball back with 8:08 left to go, quarter number 2. This game is tied at 7, Indianola, Lewis Central. Let's do In Case You Missed It, presented by DeArmond Ford. Indianola's offense, Rick, is being contained right now by Lewis Central. The best offense Indianola has seen has been Lewis Central penalties.
Yeah, and that's up there, but they've got 41 yards passing and just +6 on the ground.
8:08 to go. Lewis Central, despite the fumble, has looked really good on offense so far. Handoff up the middle. Humpel hit as he crosses the 35 and dives forward to the 36, but Indianola will take that, just a gain of 2 by Humpel.
Yeah, good job that time by Johnny Menke. He stayed in there at that
Leo position. They mark him down at the 35,
yeah,
sorry.
He's going to pick up about a yard.
So just a yard, 2nd and 9. Nice job by the Indianola defensive line. They run that 3-4 and blitz that random linebacker. Lewis Central spreading them out. 4 wide receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Cameron drops back, throws it out to Humpel. Caught in the flat. Across the 35, stays on his feet, dodges one tackler, dodges another, gets up the sideline, tries to cut back before Indianola finally brings him down inside their territory at the 40-yard line. But I think this one might be coming back.
Yeah, there's a flag out there, I think.
Well,
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it was on Indianola or what, but they kind of slowed things up, and now they move everyone forward. So 1st and 10, a gain of 25 on the play by Humpel out of the backfield.
Yep, that's a nice little pass play out there.
Up to the Indianola 41-yard line. 7:27 to go before halftime. Humpel with the handoff again. Lundberg comes in and hits him, and he gets up to the 40, and that's it. Gain of 1 for Humpel. Lundberg with a nice job bursting through that line and getting the stop.
Yeah, good job by Jacob. He shot through there, picked up that runner right away, picked up a yard, but right now, and the clock's moving. It's 7:05 to go. We're still tied at 7. We're in the second quarter, but Lewis Central is driving.
Trips wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Humpel next to Camrad in the shotgun. Drops back to pass, looks left. Whalen rushing, but now Camrad steps up, has all day, chucks it off left side, in and out of the hands of Humpel, who had all day to run, and it looks like his feet were a little bit ahead of his hands, and it's incomplete, 3rd and 9.
Well, you got to count your blessings on that one because they did a great job. Walker Whalen got shoved out of it. He almost had him, and then we had somebody else coming in. The pressure was on, but boy, man, if he doesn't drop that pass, he might have had 6, Andrew. He had he had somebody in front of him, but boy, you know how Humpel runs. He could have picked up a lot of yardage.
This Indianola crowd getting into it. 6:44 to go, quarter number 2, 3rd and 9 for Lewis Central, and they are most likely going to have to call a timeout here. Just 2 seconds on the play clock. It's zeros, yeah, and Lewis Central will be forced to call a timeout. 6:44 to go. That is their
3rd timeout.
3rd timeout. So do want to mention that with that last touchdown, another name is entered into our grand prize drawing in the Arona Central's Radio Touchdown Challenge. Every time the Indians score a touchdown, we'll draw one qualifier for our grand prize 55-inch TV from Arona's Home Essentials on Southeast 14th Street in Des Moines. You can register at Krau's Cafe in Indianola, then listen in next week to see if you're qualified for the grand prize TV drawing in the Arona Home Essentials Radio Touchdown Challenge. Rick, what's the answer here for Indianola on both sides? Because it feels like they're just losing the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, right now that's a big key for them. But boy, in this last series, now it's 3rd down and 9. We've had some great play from our outside linebacker. Johnny Menke's made up. Jake Lundberg's made some nice plays. Liventhal's not, and Whalen up front. They're trying. They're giving everything they can. But boy, that offensive line for Lewis Central, Deo, Chadwick, Wallstein, and Doolittle, and Mateo across the front, they're doing a great job of protecting their quarterback, and it's good to see Braylon Cameron back in the ball game.
3rd and 9 for Lewis Central coming out of the timeouts.
If you're a Lewis Central fan, it's good to see him back in the ball. Indianola, maybe
well,
not.
It's good to see regardless.
Yeah,
double wide receivers left, one to the right, and double running backs flanking Camrad. Drops back to pass. Indianola on a blitz. Here comes Menke. Camrad forced to fly out to the left, tosses it downfield, and it's caught at the 32, 25, up the sideline, 10, 5, and out of bounds. What a pitch and catch. It goes all the way up to Braden Lofton, and he's tackled at the 1-yard line.
And Charlie Wilmot had him covered all over. I mean, the only thing that could have happened is if he dropped the ball or something would have happened. Charlie had it covered, but boy, he gets down to the 1-yard line.
What a play. Camrad was forced out. Menke was coming around the edge, nearly had him sacked, but Camrad rolls out across his body and hits Lofton down the field. 1st and goal for Lewis Central inside the McCoy True Value red zone, and rushing forward for 1 yard is Jonathan Humpel. Touchdown, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day, and Lewis Central reclaims the lead, 13-7, 6:29 to go, quarter number 2. Give credit where credit is due. That was a spectacular play by the Titans to convert that 3rd down and 9 and get that 1st and goal from the 1.
And it was so close to being a spectacular play by the defender that time, by Charlie Wilmot. He was so close on that one. It was a great play by the receiver.
Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights and in. 6:29 to go before halftime. Indianola trails Lewis Central 14-7. More after this on KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Vanwall Equipment in Indianola supports the core values of honesty, integrity, courtesy, respect, and safety to exceed their customers' expectations while supporting the Indianola community. They strive to provide the products and services that will consistently make Vanwall Equipment the clear first choice. Vanwall Equipment is also a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics, and they want to take this time to say congratulations to the Indianola High School football team on their district champion and wish them luck in the state playoffs. Go Indians!
Colder temperatures will be here before you know it. Are you prepared? Get your furnace checked today by the professionals at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Don't get stuck in the cold. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola, for a quality heating service call or new furnace today. Joe and his crew will get you taken care of, so whatever happens outside, you know you have that quality warmth inside. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today and make sure you're not left in the cold.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swanner. Lewis Central looking impressive, leading 14-7 over Indianola. Indians offense gets the ball back as the Titans kicking off from their own 40 for the 2nd time this game.
Well, we knew there would be maybe a little bit more scoring in this ball game, and right now Lewis Central has really an advantage. They lead 14-7, like you said. Here's a kickoff.
Kickoff is down the left side, and Indianola will let it go into the end zone for a touchback, as Morawski doesn't even bother going back for it, and the Indians offense takes over, trailing by 7 again at their own 20-yard line. And Rick, you almost need, I wouldn't say it's completely necessary for a response, but a 3-and-out here looks not great because your offense hasn't done much so far today.
Yeah, that's right. You've got this is where the offense has got to step this up. We've got to establish. We've got 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, but you need to establish some type of a run game, and it's tough against this front 3 of Lewis Central right now.
Double wide receivers right, double left. Kingery and Erickson to the left. Gordon and Hale to the right. Brick drops back, looks right side, caught. Kingery out at the 25, stays on his feet, but just dragged and ripped out of bounds. Nice tackle by Marcus Duncan.
Yeah, good job by Duncan on that side. He would not let go of Kingery. He picked up about 4 yards, but that was about it.
Thought he made it to the 25, but they mark him down at the 24. So it is just a gain of 4, and Kingery has all 5 receptions for the Indians so far. 2nd and 6. 6:20 to go before halftime. This game is 14-7. Kolarek with the handoff. Finally finds a hole, but doesn't get much as it's just swallowed up immediately up to the 26. And a 2-yard gain for Cale Kolarek. And it'll be 3rd and 4 as Morawski comes into the game.
I'm not sure I remember the last time I said this. I probably never said it. 7 carries, 4 yards is what I have for K.O. Cleric right now, and that's totally uncharacteristic, but it's got a lot to do with that front three, Deo, Davis, and Mateo for the Lewis Central defense.
Double wide receivers right, one to the left. Cleric goes in motion. Brick rolls out to his right, faces pressure, takes a shot deep, has his receiver caught at the 50-yard line. Great catch from Carter Erickson inside Lewis Central territory, and it goes for 26 yards.
Yep, 26-yard pass play. What a great catch. What a great throw and catch. And Erickson was covered. Great coverage.
Inside Lewis Central territory at the 48-yard line, 5:41 to go before halftime. Indianola trails 14-7. And a big passing play, easily their biggest of the day. Previous high was 16, goes for 26 yards. Same formation for the Indians as Brick drops back to pass. Gets a great block from Cleric. They set up a screen. It's caught out of the backfield by Whalen, and it will go just for a couple yards up to the 45.
I think it was knocked out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to spot it. They're going to spot it at the, well, let's see, 45. We got one official right here. We can't see.
It looks like a player's down.
And we got a player down right in front of us. We can't see. It might be a Lewis Central player.
I don't know if a player is down. It looks like someone lost a contact. Well, no, actually a player is down right in front of us. I thought they were searching on the ground, but a Lewis Central player is down. Yeah, they do mark him up at the 45, so a gain of 3 through the air. Let's do a Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard again. Looking for some Class 4A scores, but we do have some from around the area. Williamsburg 13, West Marshall nothing. West Lyon and Central Lyon tied at 7. East Buchanan 6, Wapsie Valley nothing. And here's a shocker, number 1 Kennedy 0, and this is Class 5A, Iowa City High 20. That one's in the second quarter.
Yeah, who picked that one? Anyway, it's Ethan Lemaster, the linebacker, who got up. He's got to come off the field. Official timeout there. He'll come off. And he's been playing very, very well on that outside linebacker spot. He's been on several tackles in that first quarter. And we got 5:33 to go here. Clock is stopped. 14-7. Lewis Central has the lead. But Indianola's driving, Andrew.
2nd and 7. Gordon going in motion. They hand it off to Cleric, who has room around the right side. Jukes a defender at the 40, jumps over one, and gets very close to a first down. And that is easily Cleric's longest rush of the day. That should move the chains. A gain of 7 on 2nd and 7.
Yeah, nice pick up there. They got everybody moving to the right side from the Lewis Central's defense standpoint, and then they give it to Cleric. He goes around to our right side.
Give him 8 up to the 37.
Good job that time.
So 1st and 10, Indianola. Cleric over doubles his total yardage with that rush. 5:05 to go before halftime. Indianola trails 14-7. Double wide receivers left. Going in motion from left to right out of the backfield is Cleric. Brick in the shotgun, looks right side, caught in and out of the hands. Now Cleric has it up at the 30, and a gain of 7 out of the backfield. And this just looks like an extension of the running game here, Rick. They're not getting it done, so they're sending their guys out in short bursts and forcing Lewis Central to cover them there.
Yeah, and that works well. You don't need long plays. You don't need that. If it's not working, you send him out. You got that flat area. Cleric catches it, gets 7 yards on that play, brings up a 2nd down and 3 for Indianola.
And I think they got him to jump again. There's no flag.
No flag yet. I don't think everybody was set, but we'll see what happens. Here we go.
4:20 and counting to go, quarter number 2. 2nd and 3. Looking across the middle towards the 20, and it is in the hands of Kingery, caught at the 20-yard line. A gain of 10 through the air. What a catch from Drew Kingery.
I think they're
and Indianola at the McCoy True Value red zone. They give him the 19. A gain of 11.
What a great catch that's a tough catch. That's a tough ball to catch, and he got it.
Absolutely. It was thrown a little bit out in front and low, really where the only spot where Brick could throw it. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Handoff, Morawski gets a great block from Cleric, tries the left side, cuts back inside at the 15, stays on his feet at the 10, and falls forward enough for a first down. 1st and goal, Indianola after a Jackson Morawski gain of 12 on the play. What a block from Kolarek to seal the edge, too.
Yeah, that was just great to see that. I'll tell you what, they're looking at Kolarek, but Jackson Morawski, he's got some great legs. He runs very well north and south, and that time he got around the outside, took a right up that left side, Indianola line. They did a great job there, too. It was Moffitt, Boyd, Crawford at the center. What a great job. They're coming off the ball a little bit better on this drive right now.
Darling in at fullback. Kingery to the left, Gordon to the right. Handoff, Kolarek up the middle, pushes forward, gets to the 5, and that is where he is stopped. Should be a gain of 2, maybe a yard and a half. That'll bring us to under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Indianola trails 14-7, and that is 2nd and goal from the 6. So they officially just give him the 1. And Indianola with time on the play clock. Do want to remind everyone that Indianola does get the ball to start the third quarter as well. 2:45 and counting in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 6. Brick drops back, looks, Kingery towards the sideline, caught in the end zone, touchdown! Drew Kingery for 6 yards. What a pass from Bennett Brick, and we're an extra point away from being tied in this contest with 2:35 to go, quarter number 2. That drive was a little bit more what we're used to from this Indian squad.
We love to see that there.
Stark on to kick the extra point, Blake out to hold. Waiting on the snap. Lewis Central jumps it, snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it was whistled dead anyway. So another encroachment call. Rick, I know you're keeping track over there. What are we at now for encroachment on the Titans?
Well, that's just going to be a yard, but that's going to be their 7th penalty for 41 yards.
Well,
total. And that's encroachment.
So it's declined anyway.
Encroachment, that's 5. Yeah, they'd probably decline it. I would if I were.
Well, it was declined. I thought the ball went through. And they must have whistled it dead, so they'll have to re-kick it. So really not much changes. It's still an extra point upcoming. But it doesn't count since the play was whistled dead. 2:35 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola with an extra point to tie it here at 14. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is through the uprights and in. 14 all, 2:35 to go, quarter number 2. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth and Indianola Activities YouTube after this on KNIA.
Accountants at Great Financial Solutions are committed to helping clients throughout Central Iowa track their financial information more accurately. They are a detail-oriented accounting firm that is proud of their thoroughness and accuracy. Great Financial Solutions accounting services include business consulting, accounting, bookkeeping, payroll services, and tax preparation services. Their accountants have been working with clients in Indianola and the adjacent communities for more than 20 years. Great Financial Solutions is also a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics and want to say congratulations and good luck to the Indians this postseason.
Congratulations to the Indianola Indians on their district championship and making the football playoffs this season from everyone at Jefferson Plaza. It took perseverance and fortitude to make it this far. The discipline they have instilled in themselves sets this team apart from their competition. Do not let their hard work and dedication go unnoticed. Let's hear it for the Indianola High School football team from Jefferson Plaza. Go Indians!
Welcome back to Indianola Stadium inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. 14 all. Indianola Lewis Central. Indians scored their 2nd touchdown of the half, and Stark will kick it nice and high. Fielded by the Titans at the 25, rushing forward across the 30. Hard to bring down across the 35 up to the 36-yard line.
Micah Dewey had the first shot at him, couldn't bring him down, and then Charlie Wilmot, I believe, finished him off.
Brandon Shue on the return up to the 36.
Short kick, but that's it. If they can do that, they could cause something to happen. Now it's 1st and 10, Lewis Central. Andrew, like you said, after
do want to
36.
mention no timeouts for Lewis Central. They've used all 3 so far, so 2.5-minute drill here for the Titans at Indianola with 2 timeouts. Coming up, we'll have our Southbound Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. Indianola trying to hold firm as they get the ball to start the third quarter and trying to get the crowd into it. Trips wide receivers right and one on the left for Camrad. Humple next to him. Fakes the handoff. Camrad, right side, and it is nearly picked off. Tip up in the air. Kalarick was right there, and it is incomplete.
Kalarick has a couple of picks this season, and that would have been a nice one for Kale.
One thing this Indianola defense does do is force turnovers, but really not interception-wise, Rick. It's a lot of fumbles. Kalarick, I think, with only about 2 interceptions. They don't have much more than that. I'd have to double-check the stats, but either way, Kalarick nearly got away with one there. 2nd and 10, clock stopped at 2:24. Quad wide receivers out to the right. Handoff, Humple up the middle. Crosses the 40 and should be up to the 41. A gain of 5 on the ground. Indianola's okay with that, especially as that clock continues to run. Under 2:10 now. Game tied at 14. And it's 3rd and 5.
Still a lot of time. We're coming up on 2 minutes, and it's going to be, they've got the ball, and they're nice pickup. 3rd down and 5. Boy, that's an important 3rd down situation. Indianola's defense has to hold here.
Double wide receivers right and left. 1:50 to go in the first half, tied at 14. Camrad in the shotgun. Humple next to him. You can hear that Indianola crowd as Camrad drops back to pass. Throws it to Humple out of the backfield. Indianola ready for him as he gets around Erickson and knocked out of bounds prior to the first down marker. Kalarick came in and Erickson slowed him up just enough, but I think Lundberg will be credited with the tackle up to the 44.
And I think Kalarick helped get him out of bounds too, so he's going to pick up about, 3 yards?
Through the air.
3 yards maybe.
4th and 2, and Lewis Central will be punting with 1:35 to go. If you're Indianola, you obviously have to watch out for a fake punt. They've run one themselves already.
Well, I think with the time that's left, 1.5 minutes, they're going to count on their defense to hold it.
I would think so. Punt comes out, high punt, should be fair caught, and they're going to let it bounce at the 20, and it takes a lot of Lewis Central bounces up across the 10 to the 5-yard line, and best case scenario there for the Titans. Indianola gets it. 95 yards to go, 1:21 before halftime. We're tied at 14.
Well, I'd rather have us have the ball with 1:20 to go.
Well, with no timeouts, you can basically just run this ball and at least go into halftime tied. Yeah. So it's not like Lewis Central could flip the field here. Do want to mention with that last touchdown, another name is entered into our grand prize drawing in the Arona-Homa Central's Radio Touchdown Challenge. Every time Indianola scores a touchdown, we'll draw one qualifier for the grand prize 55-inch TV from Arona-Homa Central's on Southeast 14th Street in Des Moines. You can register at Krause Cafe, then listen in next week to see if you're our lucky winner, according to Nathan Sage.
And that's
see if you're qualified in the grand prize drawing in the Arona-Homa Central's Radio Touchdown Challenge as Indianola just kneels it down.
I'm sorry, Andrew. I was getting excited here because I thought that's what they would do, and they did do that. It's been a brick taking it right up to the line of scrimmage, so it brings up a 2nd down and 10, and the clock moving. We're going to be at 1 minute. Well, we're going to be well under 1 minute before.
So it should just be one more play if they can get it all the way down to basically 40 seconds here.
They should be able to get close to it.
50 seconds left, Indianola in no rush. 8 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to run it pretty soon here. Brick runs forward and takes a knee, and that'll do it. So Indianola Lewis Central tied at 14. Rick, what are your initial thoughts here before we get to our Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show?
Well, I'll tell you what, I thought if they could be tied at halftime, or if we, it'd be real close, that would be something I think Indianola's advantage, because they're going to come out with a ball here in the third quarter. So right now, with the clock running down, we're going to be tied 14 all second half, and both, I think that's pretty good right now for both teams. They're probably happy with that. Now, we're going to see who's got it's the gut check at halftime. When you go in there, there's not a lot you can say to these teams, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because they've been this far. It's kind of like, okay, guys, you know what you need to do. Take care of business and do it.
14-all. We're headed to halftime. More after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube, and we'll be back after this.
Greg Young Buick and GMC of Indianola would like to thank the wonderful people of Indianola for welcoming them to the community with open arms. Voted the favorite dealership by the Indianola community, Greg Young Buick and GMC strives to provide the best customer service for everyone. With their courtesy pickup and delivery service, they'll make taking care of your vehicle as easy for you as possible. Whether you're searching for a new or used Buick or GMC SUV or truck, or need a reliable Buick GMC service center, they'd be honored to be your go-to dealership in Indianola. It's time for the Indianola Hy-Vee Whole Hog Sale. Pre-order a whole boneless hog for just $399. That's over 150 pounds of meat for just $2.65 a pound. Or get a boneless half hog for just $249, or $3.31 per pound for over 75 pounds of pork. To pre-order your boneless whole or half hog, call your Indianola Hy-Vee at 515-961-5329, ask for the meat department, and order your hog. It's the Indianola Hy-Vee Whole Hog Sale, November 8th through the 21st.
Question: who's Indianola's largest internet provider? The answer? IMU Fiber. IMU Fiber has signed up almost 3,000 customers in the last 3 years for their fast, reliable internet service. Give them a call and a local person will answer any questions you may have about their second-to-none service. Fewer slowdowns, fewer interruptions, and inside of more homes in Indianola than any other internet provider. That's IMU Fiber. Bringing hometown values to broadband services, IMU Fiber is here for you now and forever.
Congrats from Custom Solutions Bail Bonds to the Indianola High School football team for their championship win. They've overcome many difficulties to get a chance to find success at the playoffs. If you need assistance resolving a difficult matter, CSI Bail Bonds can be there to meet your needs to provide professional, efficient, discreet bonding services 24/7. It happens. When it happens to you, contact 515-266-BAIL.
So you want to buy your first home, but you don't have enough for a down payment. Good news. See First Credit Union has a first-time homebuyers grant program. As a first-time home buyer, you could qualify for up to $5,000 towards your down payment. It also comes with our team of local experts, mortgage education, and quick processing. If you're in the market for your first home and worried about qualifying, don't give up. Call See First at 866-360-5370 or go to c1stcu.com. NCUA insured, equal housing opportunity.
Welcome to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community, and they do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner, and this game is all knotted up at 14, two equal teams going at it. Indianola, Lewis Central. Rick, what are your initial thoughts here at halftime here? Because to me, it feels like Indianola might be a little bit lucky to have this game tied, but that last drive where they scored to end that first half made me feel a lot better about the rest of this game.
It did, and I think they got that game, they got that part going. There was some rushing plays I thought were very helpful. They did a nice job, I thought, with Jackson Morosky coming up with a 12-yard play, and then we also had a nice couple of rushes in there in that second quarter from K.O. Clary. Not what we expected to see at halftime, but yardage there, because it was pretty dismal that first quarter, but they really picked that up. But of course, what made it great was the passing game and Drew Kingery. They've hit Drew Kingery with seven catches. I got him for 62 yards in the air. But I thought one of the key plays on that last drive where they scored was the 26-yard pass play to Carter Erickson. I thought that was great.
It was absolutely. That was a game saver at this point. Do you want to mention? It's a Christmas out here at Indianola Stadium, and jamming out to the Christmas songs here over in the student section. They got their phones
up, so yeah, it's great over there.
Nice little concert for us here at Indianola Stadium. Thanks to everyone tuning in on the Indianola Activities YouTube channel. Do want to mention that Downey Tire Pros and Sports Page Bar and Grill are our sponsors tonight. They paid for this broadcast to be on the YouTube channel, so everyone make sure to thank them. And we're also seeing the cell phones out from Lewis Central.
I think it's a student section over there doing the same thing. So what great spirit, what great camaraderie.
And I've seen a lot of cheering. This whole game is well deserved, and it's two equal teams matched up right now.
And we packed the stands. It's a good job by the Indianola home. And I know there's people at home listening. Thank you for doing that. I know, but I'll tell you what, the Indianola fans came out in force tonight, and they're there. We're tied at 14. And everything's even. I give you the stats. Everything's
Well, I'll go over all the scoring plays here at this point. In the first quarter, just one score as Lewis Central led 7-0 on a Jonathan Humple 3-yard rush and put Lewis Central up 7-0. And then right as the second quarter started, Indianola, I believe, had a first and goal, a 1-yard rush from Cale Kalarick, punched him right in, and Indianola tied it up at 7. Coming back after a 39-yard connection on 3rd and long that set up a first and goal. Humple rushed in from 1 yard to make it 14-7 Lewis Central. Then Indianola came back, a Bennett Brick to Drew Kingery 6-yard connection, and that's where we sit, 14-all here in the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show.
Yeah, I like the second quarter. Indianola picked that up. They scored right away in the second quarter as we got into it. And then Lewis Central took the ball down. They used some time up, and we came back with about 2.5 minutes to go. We score again on that Kingery pass, like you said. So we picked up the 14. We're tied at 14 all here at half. It's just what a great effort by both teams here.
I do have some Class 4A scores to pass along at this time. Our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling Radio scoreboard. Class 4A. Xavier leading Webster City at halftime, 17-7. Not necessarily a surprise, but Webster City fans out here maybe hoping. Bondurant Farrar 19, Waverly Shell Rock 7. Not a surprise for me and you up here in the booth. I think both of us were all over that Bondurant Farrar train. That is an incredibly talented team and a physical team, and they are leading Waverly Shell Rock right now. And then Decorah 10, Winterset nothing. For those who maybe didn't pay attention last week, number 13 Decorah knocked off number 1 North Scott, and now they are taking down Winterset on the road. So Decorah, kind of maybe of a miracle run here, running to the Dome as the 13 seed in RPI.
I think the Decorah, their key to their game is how far they got to travel to go. They traveled pretty far last week and won, and now they traveled almost an extra 100.
I don't think the association was planning on a Decorah to Winterset drive.
Probably not.
But lots of scores coming in. Thanks to Spencer, Alex, Andrew Schneider, all setting these scores from around the area, as that is our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling Radio scoreboard. Your home should be comfortable no matter the weather. And we also want to pass along that you're listening to Indianola football on AM 1320, FM 95.3, and FM 94.3 KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola. Putting the community first credit union. Rick, we'll take a short time out. We have second half adjustments presented by Z Eatery and Draft House coming up. Indianola, Lewis Central tied at 14 here in the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. A great matchup between two evenly matched teams, and we'll have more after this to continue to break down the first half and look ahead to the second on KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Good Samaritan Society in Indianola is committed to providing an unprecedented level of quality service, compassionate care, and range of amenities to ensure the residents enjoy a carefree, fulfilling lifestyle that is tailored to their needs. Proudly serving Warren County and the surrounding Des Moines areas, their friendly, professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bringing you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person. Give them a call today at 515-302-6791 and get the next journey of your life started the right way today.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. All makes and models 2011 or newer with under 75,000 miles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel, dent, and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. Only sold at the all-new DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Welcome back to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show on KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. Indianola Lewis Central tied at 14 here at halftime. Indianola will get the ball to start the third quarter. But before we get to our second half adjustments, presented by Z Eatery and Draft House, Rick, these two teams we said were almost identical coming in, and not too much change here for the halftime stats.
Not a lot, and you've got to look at Lewis Central. They're 17 carries, 64 yards for them on the ground. Passing yardage 74. That gives them 138 yards of total yardage. And Cameron was 4 out of 8 from the field, but Lewis Central has that one turnover, that fumble, and they've got 5 penalties for 40 yards, and 4 of those 5 are calls that Bennett Brick.
And one of them was declined.
That would have been 6.
Encroachment.
That would have been 6, another one down there. But anyway, that's 5 of those. 4 leading the way for Lewis Central. Let me get that for you. Of course, Humphill has, I've got him with 12 carries, 48 yards for him. And then leading the way is Brandon Lofton with 3 catches for 58 yards as he leads the way for Lewis Central. For Indianola, they had 13 carries, 29 yards on the ground, 98 yards passing for 127 yards, so very close. Bennett Brick, 10 out of 15. Great job by him. 1 penalty, 5 yards. That came in that first quarter. Leading the way, of course, Bennett Brick, like I said, 98 yards in the air. And leading receiver for him is Drew Kingery. That's 7 catches for 62 yards. Kolaric with 9 carries, 13 yards. And Jackson Morosky has a 1 carry for 12. So
and I do want to mention, after a 3 of 8 start from Bennett Brick, he has completed his last 7 passes, including a touchdown to Drew Kingery, and that just helps out your run game so much when you're completing those passes. And not only is Lewis Central on a bit of a back foot because of all those encroachment penalties, but now Indianola is getting a lot of these passes complete too. Last 7 from Brick, which is looking a lot better. Let's do straight second half adjustments. That's presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House. And Rick, to me, Indianola has to be a lot more like that last drive where they tied the score at 14. Easy completions through the air, give good protection to Brick, and then take advantage in the running game when you get those linebackers who can't cheat up anymore.
Well, I thought they did a couple of smart things there in that drive. They sent Kolaric out into the flat and then giving the ball to Morosky Jackson and letting Kolaric block for him. That's just, you got to find some way to win, and they've got to be, that's not creative, but they've done that a couple times. And I got to be able to see that they can do that, and I think they've got to shake that up a little bit because I'm looking at the Titans defense, very strong out there, and I'll tell you their linebackers are doing a great job between LeMaster, Ludington, and Hatcher. They're good, and their defensive ends, Miller and Mateo, are just playing exceptional, and they've got Deo at the tackles along with Dallas Davis. They're just good. Our line has to control that defensive front a little bit better. They've got to be able to do it. They did that late in the game, or late in that first half, I should say, and that's going to be, I think, a key for us if we can take care of that. And like I said, they had 1 turnover in the first half. That's something you don't see a lot from a Lewis Central team, but that's just the way it happened. That's football as we know it.
Well, yeah, nice second half adjustment on Indianola's defensive side is finding a way to stop the run. Those gashes of 6-7 yards we saw Humphill, in that first quarter did a much better job of that. In the second quarter, Indianola did a better job of stopping the run. I'm seeing gains of 1, 5, 1, whereas before it was 3, 7, 6, 7. I mean, he was getting these huge chunks of yardage, and that led for a very easy drive for Lewis Central. Indianola changed things up. I think they're not blitzing as much linebackers now. I think they're kind of allowing Camrad to sit in that pocket and trying to dare him to beat him through the air. And so far, with a 39-yard connection to Braden Lofton on 3rd and long, I think Indianola is willing to try and trade that because that was I don't want to say miraculous play. It was a fantastic play that probably doesn't happen a lot of times.
Yeah, Charlie Wilmot, you got to give Charlie credit. Charlie had that covered all the way, and he just did a great job defensively. And the camera had to scramble to get that. But, boy, what a great play. What a great throw and a catch. But, boy, that was so close to being knocked down or close for Charlie Wilmot. They're playing tough out there. I think the key to us is Liventhal's, Naughton, Whalen, along with Yates and DeWitt to get a little more involved up front there. And that allowed Johnny Menke's played a very good first half. I thought he's done a great job. Carter Erickson, haven't called his name out a lot, but boy, they're coming off and they're taking care of Carter. Carter can get a little breakaway. That'll leave Morosky and Lundberg's played great at that linebacker spot, and also Jack Strawn's played very tough in there too. And Kale Kolaric, he's come up from his strong safety spot to get a couple plays. And I look at the one I think towards the end there where we knocked Humphill out of bounds, and then Kolaric was kind of in on that along with Strong, and I think maybe Lundberg over there. But what a great job. They've got to continue to do that. Gut check, Andrew. Big time gut check. Do you want this or not? And you got to want it.
Easy,
more than they do.
Nothing score to start the third quarter.
Yep, you're even.
That's our second half adjustments presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House. Stop in and make sure you enjoy some of the best food in Indianola at the best prices. Fill up at Z's Eatery and Draft House before the game and leave those second half adjustments to the team. Any final thoughts before we conclude the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show, Rick?
Well, I'm ready to see what the Indians can do coming out here at the third quarter. We've got the time's going to run down. We're probably going to get another 3 minutes on the clock as they come out to warm up. And right now, it's what they said in the locker room that's going to, I think, be a big difference. This is a key here. If we can take that lead or get some points up, then Lewis Central has to come from behind. They've got to be able to do that. And we've got the football, Andrew, and I think that's a key for us right here, what happens on this initial drive.
All right. You've been listening to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. One more time, Class 4A scores before we take a break. Decorah leading 10-0 over Winterset. Bondurant Farrar 19-7 over Waverly Shellrock, and Xavier 17, Webster City 7. I do have a quick update. Decorah 10, Winterset 7. That one is at halftime. Thanks to Spencer Dirks for sending that along. Indianola Municipal Utilities Instant Radio Update. And we will be back after this for the second half. Indianola Activities YouTube 94.3, KNIA 95.3, KNIA. Back after this.
My life gets crazy with my twins and a husband who works 80 hours a day, a week, and I decided to start my own business on top of it, which is insanely crazy. But thanks to the Iowa Clinic, it was easy to see my doctor. And when I get there, she listens to me. So I feel like I have a partner. And before I know it, I can get back to my crazy busy, insanely busy life where I have a busy business, busy husband, busy twins. Oh no, where's the other one? Oh, I'm holding her. Anyway, with same-day appointments and online scheduling, the Iowa Clinic is care how you want it. Visit iowaclinic.com.
Simpson College would like to take time to say congratulations to the Indianola High School football team for their district championship and making the Class 4A state playoffs. Your hard work and determination are an inspiration to everyone in Indianola, and we wish you luck as you go throughout the postseason. Once again, congratulations to the Indianola Indians from Simpson College. Good luck and go Indians!
At Z's Eatery and Drought House in Indianola, they take pride in the quality meat used for each and every meal. That's why they use local Iowa beef to make sure the food delivered to your table is the best you could have ordered. Open 11 to 9 Monday through Thursdays and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturdays, Z's Eatery and Drought House has some of the best meals in Indianola at some of the best prices. Stop in today and try some of the best food in Indianola. Z's Eatery and Drought House, where friends become family. Proud supporters of Indianola High School Athletics.
You can't see him up here in the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, but Rick Wilson, show us those dance moves. He's walking it out.
You got her, baby.
14 all, Indianola Lewis Central.
I'm doing it for our seniors because it's the last chance they get to play at home. These seniors, it's their last chance to show this crowd, this community, and they want to be able to say, hey, our next game is going to be up at the Dome. That's it. That's the incentive here for the second half. They got 12 minutes in one quarter, 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. That's what's left to play here. It's the gut check.
Gut check.
Go for
the
it.
Official Rick Wilson gut check call, as aptly named by Spencer Dirks back in our KNIA KRLS studios at Knoxville. 12 minutes on the clock. Indianola set to receive the second half kickoff. We're all knotted up at 14. Also on Indianola Activities YouTube, want to mention thank you very much to Downey Tire Pros as well as Sports Page Bar and Grill for sponsoring Indianola Activities YouTube stream tonight.
Yeah, thanks to Joe and Amanda at the Sports Page and Jared Downing. Boy, it's great. Thank you. You're supporting not only these kids, but you're supporting our community and letting those that couldn't make it tonight be able to see.
I think last check we had over 1,000 watching the stream, so probably a lot of Lewis Central fans out there too. Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully we're at least a little entertaining tonight. Got a fantastic game, 14 all, 12 minutes on the clock. Lewis Central kicking off from right to left. 3 back to receive for Indianola. Stecker, Erickson, and Morawski. Lewis Central's been booting it out of the end zone, and they have the wind, which continues to gust a little bit, running from south to north here tonight.
I still think we're about 12 mile an hour.
And a deep kick will go into the end zone, and Indianola will take over after the touchback to start quarter number 3. Again, 14 all, 1st and 10 for the Indianola offense. Their last drive ended in a 6-yard touchdown reception by Drew Kingery. He's got 7 receptions already in this contest. Indianola's not been rushing the ball spectacularly so far, so we'll see what they do here. Big formation for the Indians. Kingery out left, Gordon out right. Brick in the shotgun, Kalarick next to him, double tight ends. Drops back to pass, throws it out, caught Gordon at the 23, and pushed out of bounds about right there. And a nice gain. Nothing too spectacular, but nice catch by Gordon up to the 23.
They got to give him about 3 yards on that one?
Yeah, so 2nd and 7. Spreading out the Lewis Central defense, and that type of play right there is just an extension of the running game.
Yeah, that's just a great play. It's not, you don't need to have anything really seriously long, but you need to keep the ball in your possession and keep it moving and get down the field right now.
Brick drops back, looks right side, double move, and takes a shot over the top, wide open on the far side. Caught Carter Erickson at midfield. It's a foot race down the sideline, and Carter Erickson wins it. It goes for 67 yards.
Whoa,
Brick to Carter Erickson, who just outruns everyone in the stadium. 19 seconds into the 3rd quarter.
I'm looking at Bennett Brick. He's looking right side on his right, and he double pumps. And then Carter Erickson kind of breaks out, and Bennett Brick just threw a perfect strike to him, and it was all Carter Erickson, 67 yards into the end zone, and Indianola did what they needed to do. They come out and put the points up first.
Exactly what they needed to do. 11:41 on the 3rd quarter clock. Indianola with the game's biggest play so far. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and Stark puts it through the uprights. Let's just go ahead and say it. That's today's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by All-American Exteriors. See Rebel with All-American Exteriors in Indianola today. Iowa's top roofer. 2 plays in to half number 2. Indianola 21, Lewis Central 14. And that's what Carter Erickson brings you, Rick. A chance to take the top off the defense, and he does so. Great catch, even better to stay on his feet on the sideline and win the foot race.
Yeah, he almost got taken down, but boy, he sidestepped, or he just kept going. And it's tough to catch Carter Erickson, and a great, great play.
That's what all those short passes have done too, Rick. That was a double move. Everyone cheated on Kingery towards the sideline. Erickson just floated out deep and basically wide open. Only a safety over the top who had to cover the middle of the field, and you're not catching Carter Erickson.
No, you're not. And that's that double pump. I looked back, I looked out, and he was looking over here to the near side, and boy, he just double pumped. He took a step and planted. That's the part. He planted and threw. Great play by Bennett Brick, and a great throw and a great catch by Carter Erickson.
Stark set to kick off. Basically flips the game on its head here at this point. And now Lewis Central trails for the first time today. Short kick by Stark towards the sideline will actually go out of bounds, and that'll be a legal procedure on Indianola. So not exactly what they were looking for, as Lewis Central will get great field position as the ball goes out of bounds on the ensuing kickoff.
Procedure on the kicking team. 5 yards, free kick.
So Lewis Central will take the re-kick.
I'd re-kick it, yeah. If I'm Indianola, I'd want to re-kick it.
Well, if I'm Lewis Central, I think I'd take the good field position.
You know, I think, well, that's going to lose 5 yards, but they're going to get, they would have got that right.
It would have been up at the 35, I believe.
35, I think. 36, so. Anyway, the ball's going to get teed up at the 35.
Indianola is not necessarily known for booting it deep, and Stark will have to kick it from the 35, and he's kicking into the wind. So I will say a good call by Lewis Central, actually, because now their top guys are set to receive across their own 25-yard line. So we'll see if Stark can kick it past them into the wind. So we re-kick from their own 35. And Stark gives it a boot. Fielded by Lewis Central back at the 24-yard line. Finds room up across the middle, and now off to the races. Stark trying to get a stop. He's off to the sideline.
Oh, no.
And now answering immediately in special teams is Lewis Central on a kickoff return for a touchdown. And Lewis Central now an extra point away. And the move from Coach Cameron looks great at this point. They're an extra point away from tying it. 2 touchdowns, 31 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, that's pretty close to about a 76-yard return. I think he caught it right around the 24, 25-yard. I'm going to say the 24. He takes it all the way back. Just got great blocking, and when it was there, he turned it on. And that was Fedoni with that return.
So waiting on the extra point here. Lewis Central, snap is good, kick is up, and it is through the uprights and in. 31 seconds in, both teams score a touchdown. We'll be back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth and Indianola Activities YouTube after this.
Since 1965, the Optometric Associates of Warren County have strived to provide the best inpatient care throughout Warren County and beyond. Doctors Windjam, Anderson, O'Meara, and Young invite you to learn more about their optometry services and to join the Optometric Associates of Warren County patient family by scheduling an eye exam appointment at one of their 3 locations most convenient for you in Indianola, Carlisle, or Norwalk. You can also visit their website at www.optometricassoc.com for more information.
Congratulations to the Indianola Indians on their district championship and making the football playoffs this season from everyone at Jefferson Plaza. It took perseverance and fortitude to make it this far. The discipline they have instilled in themselves sets this team apart from their competition. Do not let their hard work and dedication go unnoticed. Let's hear it for the Indianola High School football team from Jefferson Plaza. Go Indians!
21-all, 11:29 to go, quarter number 3. Lewis Central scores on a 76-yard kickoff return touchdown after Indianola connected on a 67-yard touchdown through the air. And now Lewis Central kicking off to the Indianola offense. Line drive kick will be fielded by the Indians, and Erickson wisely lets it go, dangerously lets it go into the end zone. Nearly touched it, but gets back, does not touch it, and lets it go back for a touchback.
Boy, you get high and you're ready to go there. You're just ready to go, and right away somebody shoots an arrow right through your tire and takes all the air out of it. And now we're tied up at 21-all.
Coach Kluver said it was going to come down to special teams.
Don't do any big plays. It's special teams right there came through for Lewis Central.
11:29 to go, quarter number 3. Teams trade huge plays to start the second half. Brick in the shotgun. Kalarick behind him. Kalarick gets the handoff and has a lot of room to run up the right, crosses the 25, stays on his feet, keeps pushing that pile. Easy for me to say. Boy, I am struggling.
He's going to get
8 yards from Cale Kalarick. It's just a nice rush, and you don't see too many holes that big against this Lewis Central defense.
Oh, great job that time by Crawford, Nicholson, and Teasdale opening that up, and Cale Kalarick gets shot through that. And I'll tell you what, he hasn't seen a lot of openings, but what a great one it was there. Good job by him. Brings up second down and short. Actually, they gave him 9 yards.
They gave him the full 9, so 2nd and 1 opens up the playbook for Indianola. Double wide receivers left and right. Brick in the shotgun. They go back to Kalarick. He tries the right side, stays on his feet, and he gets up maybe just shy of the first down. Going to be very close. I think it's just about a half yard, and I don't think he got there.
If they put that on the line, it's a first down, and they're going to be just shy.
They're going to be just shy. So a gain of a half yard, and Indianola brings in the big guys. 3rd and inch, we'll call it.
Yeah, you're going to go for this. This is going to be great. This is a fantastic move here.
Well, it's 3rd and inches.
Yeah, 3rd and inches, I know, but it's just I think they're going to see what the play is. So try to get him to jump. That's not going to happen.
Double wide receivers right, none to the left. Again, Indianola moving from left to right. Darling is in at fullback. Kalarick behind Brick. Handoff, Kalarick pushes forward, enough for a first down, and ends up at the 34-yard line, a gain of 5 on 3rd and inches. So that moves the chains again. Kalarick with a nice hole up the middle, and the Indianola offense converting.
Yeah, great job that time. Nice handoff there. And I think now let's time. We've got it. You're seeing that the surge by that offensive line for Indianola is doing a great job. Let them keep that going. Build that confidence. Let them keep going here because they're taking care right now of that front four of Lewis Central.
Brick drops back to pass. Now scrambles ahead. Has a lot of room to run. Can't get by the one defender he needed to, but he did get up to the 39-yard line, and Brick with a nice scramble of 5 yards.
Yeah, Brick got 5, but LeMasters came in. LeMasters has been around the ball all evening, and outside linebacker. He's a 5'10", 175-pound senior. He plays that position very well, but a nice pickup for Bennett Brick.
2nd and 5, 9:03 left to go and counting in quarter number 3. Indianola Lewis Central tied at 21. Brick in the shotgun, Morawski next to him, going in motion. Johns Hale gets the handoff, and he's going to be hit and taken down back at the 35-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Just rushing through, and just not much of a chance there for Indianola.
Yeah, that's that little kind of, they bring that motion, and they just do a little handoff there, a little flip, and Lewis Central had it all the way.
Lewis Central read that one perfectly, and it's now 3rd and 9 at their own 35. They need the 44 for a first down. 8:20 to go, quarter number 3. Indianola Lewis Central tied at 21. Brick in the shotgun, double wide receivers left, drops back to pass. Scrambles forward, takes a shot deep down the middle, has this receiver in and out of the hands of Colton Gordon, and he knows he maybe missed one there at the 30, and Indianola sends out the punt unit.
Boy, that was just a great throw. Bennett Brick got away, got it off there, and boy, yeah, Colton Gordon knows. Oh, that was so close. I mean, that would have been a great throw and a great catch. But, yeah, Indianola's going to have to punt that ball away.
Try and flip the field for Indianola. That loss of 4 really hurt their momentum. 8:10 left to go, quarter number 3. Tied at 21, and Lewis Central set to run their first offensive play of the third quarter as a high punt fielded by Lewis Central at the 32. Bursting forward, special teams again messing up for the Indians, and now it's a punt return for a touchdown.
Wow.
Whoa, a great tackle coming in for Indianola. I didn't see who got the tackle, but that was nearly for 6 more. Lewis Central, an ankle tackle away from taking the lead.
And that was Noah Johnston who got that tackle. Especially, that was a great tackle. Otherwise, he was gone again. Fedoni with a nice
I was ready
return.
to call it.
Yeah,
there was nobody around.
Yeah, Noah Johnson saved that one, and it's a 1st and 10 for Lewis Central. They're in Indianola territory at the 43.
21-all, 7:57 on the third quarter clock. Lewis Central with trips right to the short side of the field. Humpel, handoff, gets up to the 40-yard line, and that is it. A gain of 3, sets up 2nd and 7, his first carry of the third quarter.
Good job by Lundberg getting in there. They made that stop. He picked up 3, brings up 2nd down and 7. And as I talk about this is where that defense has got. They cannot have 3rd and short, or they cannot pick that up. They've got to be able to do something here. See if they can turn something here. That defense needs to make something really critical happen because they've got great field position with 7:23 to go here, third quarter.
Trips to the right, one to the left. Camrad, wide receiver screen, right side, caught. Fedoni gets out enough for a first down across the 35, near the 30.
He's going to get at least 10 yards, I think, on that. They're going to spot him out of bounds around the 20, about the 30-yard line. Let's see where they're going to spot it.
Right at the 31, so a gain of 9 through the air. 1st and 10, Lewis Central at the Indianola 31. Changing personnel, play clock still at 20, so with plenty of time. 7:12 to go, quarter number 3. This game just hanging on a knife's edge. First time these two teams met, it went down to the final play, and it looks like we're headed that direction again, but it's 1st and 10 here in the third quarter for Lewis Central at the Indianola 31. Keeper up the middle. It's a quarterback keeper. Takes a hit at the 25 and up to the 24-yard line. Do want to mention that was Ethan Fischel in the game on the rush, not Camrad. And Fischel rushes forward for a gain, I think, of 7 up to the 24. His first carry since the first quarter, and it's 2nd and 3. 6:45 and counting to go here in the third quarter, and it's 2nd and 3 for Lewis Central.
And we got Braylon Camrad back in at the quarterback now.
Camrad is back in. Handoff Humpel, right side. Finds a hole, pushes forward to the 20, and that's enough for a first down. Gain of 4 on 2nd and 3. And that'll be enough for a first down, and they are inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Let's go in case you missed it, presented by DeArmond Ford. Indianola strikes first in the third quarter, 2 plays in on a 67-yard connection to Carter Erickson. Lewis Central then returns the ensuing kickoff. Indianola then has to go 3 and out and punt it. Nearly returned for a touchdown by Lewis Central, but here they are on a drive. 1st and 10 at the Indianola 20, game tied at 21. Camrad in the shotgun, drops back to pass, looks left, has all day to throw, takes a shot into the end zone. Indianola's right there, and it is intercepted in the end zone. Erickson comes up with it. Another huge play for Carter Erickson, and the Indianola defense gets a turnover when they need it most. Carter Erickson showing up to dominate here in that second half. And a rare mistake coming out for Camrad, just tossed it a little bit short.
That is Carter Erickson's 4th interception on the year. He and Cale Klarick were tied at 3. Good job.
Great job, and just perfect coverage there by Erickson. Do want to mention there is a Lewis Central player down in the end zone, so hopefully everything's okay there. Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 5:58 to go, quarter number 3. Indianola made a special teams mistake, allowing Lewis Central to tie the score at 21, and then nearly made another one, but a great tackle from Noah Johnston saves a touchdown, and then Carter Erickson picks it off in the end zone to again flip the momentum of this game.
Talk about special teams. That's what we're talking about here. They made a great play that time. The defense that time made a great play. Carter Erickson back, picks up his 4th interception on the year, and the ball now goes over to Indianola with just under 6 minutes to go. I haven't picked up who the
lots of trainers around them. That was a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. They're getting you back in the game. For more information and a list of services, go to dsmcapitalortho.com. Again, Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates coming in. In fact, let's just do a full Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. In Class 4A, Bondurant Farrar 25, Waverly Shell Rock 20. That game was a 12-point game at one point. Xavier 24, Webster City 13. And last update we got from Decorah, Winterset was 10-7 at halftime, Decorah.
That was Braden Lofton being helped off the field by the coaches and trainer. I'm not sure what it was. He got up, started, and then they're helping him off. So I hope it's not anything serious here, but he has to come out of the ball game, and that's kind of a loss for them because Lofton has 3 catches for 58 yards for the Titans.
It would be a big loss, and they faced a couple of injuries so far. Camrad went out earlier. Now Indianola takes over on offense. This game is tied at 21, under 6 minutes to go here in the third. Double running backs flank Brick in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Edgington, rolls out, chased from behind, tosses it over the top towards the sideline, intended for Shivers, but it falls incomplete, a little bit overthrown. And that is Brick's first incompletion of the second half, and his first since his first throw of the second quarter. 2nd and 10. So nice job by Brick. I think he felt the pressure coming from behind.
Well, yeah, and Shivers wasn't open, so the place to throw that out, once you get outside the boxes, you just kind of throw that away and see what you can do here on 2nd down and 10, Andrew.
Double wide receivers, right, one on the left. Klarick goes in motion. They hand it off to Edgington. He tries to get the right side, but the hole is just immediately blocked up by Lewis Central, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Deo on the stop. He just reached out his arm and stopped Edgington of any momentum, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, we haven't called out Deo much, but boy, he's been as strong in there on that left side there, that tackle. Hunter Deo, 6'3", 270, the senior. This kid can play some football out there.
Absolutely. So 3rd and 10. Indianola from their own 25-20 to go in the third quarter. Brick in the shotgun. Drops back to Pats. Here comes pressure. Steps up. Tries to get it out to Klarick. Just pushes it out to him. Klarick with a spin move. Gets a great block. Stays on his feet. But a lot of running for not a lot of gain up to the 24. And Lewis Central's defense does its job after the turnover. Just a gain of 4 through the air from Brick to Klarick. And Indianola now sends out the punt unit.
Boy, that had a lot of potential, and I tell you, what a great play. Brick scrambled really well. I like the way Bennett Brick's playing. He's very aware of everything, and he just kind of keeps his feet. It's not panicking, but boy, that could have turned out to be great. 4th down situation, and we'll be punting.
Dangerous special team situation for the Indians. Nice punt comes out, fielded by Lewis Central at the 50. Getting away from a couple of Indianola tacklers, staying on his feet, and here he is off again and across the 20 to the 10. And Lewis Central scores another special teams touchdown, but there is a flag down at the 10-yard line. And I wonder if Johnston took a hit.
Yeah, and we've had it slow up here. We're looking at back here right around the 35-yard line. Indianola has a man down, and that slowly getting up off the ground. That's Jack Strong. But he's up, but walking around, walking it off. But this is going to come back, I believe.
So a flag down at the 10-yard line. Lewis Central returns the punt for a touchdown. Waiting on the call from the referees.
Yeah, the flag's down here right around that 11-yard line is where they threw it. And it was away from the play. So a lot of times what you have is an illegal block or a hold. Let's see what they're going to call. Checking with Indianola, see what they want to do.
Yeah.
And of course, you want to bring it back. There's no doubt about that.
So running into the kicker. I thought Johnston took a knock. It is not.
Yeah.
It is not a personal foul penalty. It's just a 5-yard penalty. And since it was 4th and 6, it's now 4th and 1.
Yeah.
So Indianola will be forced to punt again, but take a touchdown off the field for Lewis Central. And if I'm Indianola's special teams, I need to find some sort of answer here. That's almost 3 touchdowns in a row on special teams you've given up.
Yeah, Fedoni, you got to keep it away from him, of course, but he's the only one back there, and he's got that ability. This is a nice high kick.
High kick, fielded by Fedoni, fair caught at the 45. And Lewis Central fans think there was contact, and the referee right there says no. It looked very close up here, but Lewis Central, great field position, and Johnston just has to kick that one high. I mean, that shorter punt that goes only 26 yards, that's not on Noah Johnston. That is a forced high punt to not allow a return.
Yeah, great job that time, and they got great coverage down there, and Matt Eddington got down there real quick. They were wanting a flag on the Lewis Central side, but boy, he stayed away from it. Good job, great defense, and great special teams. Now they've got to hold them here. 21-21, 4:12 to go. We're in the 3rd quarter. Indianola defense has to seriously come up, see if they can come up with another big play.
Trips left, Humple with the handoff, gets a big hole, crushes forward across midfield to the 45, just kind of running over a couple of Indianola defenders there with blockers, and he's down at the 44. That is a gain of 11. And 1st and 10 after the 11-yard rush.
Yeah, they're just coming off of that really well. I like that. Deo, Chadwick, Walstein, the center on that left side, along with they're just doing a great job of blocking.
Trips wide receivers right, one to the left. Cameron in the shotgun. Handoff Humple again up the middle. This time Indianola does a much better job, but he still pushes forward to the 42. And a gain of 42 for Lewis Central on the ground.
Yeah, he got 2, but coming in there, Lundberg got a hand on him, slowed him up, got him down around the legs where he needed to, and that kind of took it away, and then the other purple shirts just came in, but he still picked up a couple of yards, Andrew.
3:20 to go, quarter number 3. Indianola Lewis Central tied at 21.
Again, 2nd down and long. This can't be a 3rd and short, and they can't pick this up. They've got to be able to come up with a big play here, that front 3 for Indianola. Let's see what they can do here at 2nd and long.
Cameron drops back to pass, takes a shot deep down the field towards the left side, caught at the 20, and a great pitch and catch up across to the 19-yard line. It goes for 22 all the way up to Whitty. And just a little bit too wide open.
Charlie Wilmot on the coverage, but he had a couple steps on Charlie, and he gets it out of bounds, and it's inside the 20 at the 19.
Lewis Central now inside the McCoy True Value red zone, under 3 minutes to go. Quarter number 3, Lewis Central Indianola tied at 21. Double wide receivers right and left for Camrad. Fakes the handoff, throws it right side, caught out of the backfield. Erickson right there, can't make the tackle but slows him up just enough. And back at the 20, it's a loss of 1 on the play to Luci Fadoni.
Yeah, Fadoni, he's a very dangerous runner, and Carter Erickson couldn't make the stop and slowed him up enough that it was for basically a half-yard loss. 2nd
and 10.5. 2.5 to go, quarter number 3. Lewis Central still inside the McCoy True Value red zone with the ball. 19 yards to go to find the end zone. Humpel with the handoff up the middle. There's nobody there for Indianola. He's finally taken down. Wilmot came in and made a hit, but he's taken down at the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 14, and it's now 1st and goal for the Titans. Huge play from Humpel.
Yeah, great play that time. He took up off that one block and just picked it up. Wilmot slowed him down. It makes a 1st and goal from the 4.
1st and goal, Lewis Central. Big formation, double tight end. Handoff up the middle, swallowed up by Indianola at the line of scrimmage, and a nice job to collapse there. Kalarick and Wilmot in from safeties made the initial hits.
Good job by that, and a great play. No gain on the play. Good job. They had finally got him stopped. First time that's happened.
2nd and goal from the 4, 1:40 to go, and looks like Lewis Central's going to make some substitutions here. Play clock still at 20. The 3rd quarter clock is winding down. Now play clock is down to 10. Still plenty of time for the Titans. 2nd and goal from the 4. It's a quarterback keeper up the middle, and that one's swallowed up by the Indianola defense. That was Fischel on the rush.
Yeah, Fischel on the rush, and I'll tell you what, great job by Walker Whalen coming in from his defensive spot over there and just wrapped him up. Might have lost a yard. They did lose a yard.
Back at the 5. 3rd and goal from the 5, under a minute to go here in the 3rd. 21 all, Indianola Lewis Central. And a big 3rd and goal from the 5 here for the Indianola defense.
Cameron now back in at the quarterback spot.
Humpel behind him. Double wide receivers left. Humpel, carry up the middle, pushes forward, short of the goal line, but he's down at the 1. Gain of 4, and that has the potential to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Lewis Central rushes up to the line. They're going to go for it. 4th and goal. Cameron runs out to the left, and he gets by everybody. Touchdown, Lewis Central. They rush to the line and run a play. Everyone thought they were going up the middle, and Camrad runs around to the left. A 1-yard rush, and they lead 27-21. Just a well-designed play, and that's coaching right there for Lewis Central, too. They knew exactly what to do in that situation.
Yeah, they did. They knew they didn't want it. You're thinking they're going to set. I think we relaxed a little bit, maybe. We were ready, but they just took that. Everything thought it was coming up the middle like you said, but he just takes a step outside and gets it in there. I think
extra point is up and in, 28-21. Lewis Central leads with 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Back after this inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Are you an athlete and you need to be seen by a specialist now? Are you tired of trying to find someone that's available now and not 1, 2, 3 days or weeks from today? Capital Orthopedics is very excited to announce their brand new walk-in clinic in Clive. No appointment or doctor's referral needed. Get an ultrasound or x-ray today with virtually no wait time whatsoever. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 5. Skip the wait and come to Capital Ortho's new walk-in clinic today.
Near the end of quarter number 3, we welcome you back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA, 95.3 KNIA, and Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Lewis Central scores their the first touchdown of the 3rd quarter and their 3rd touchdown rushing in this contest and lead at 28-21. 22.3 seconds to go, quarter number 3. And Rick, that was good job by the Indianola defense, but they just kind of gave up there at the end. And I don't want to say gave up, just gave up a touchdown at the end.
Yeah, they've got it. Now they've got a chance to get it back. 22.3 here. That's what's left in the 3rd quarter, Andrew. It's a kickoff here by Hensley.
Kickoff goes into the end zone, as it has been all night long for Lewis Central. That is with the wind. The good news for Indianola is in the fourth quarter, they will be with the wind, as some of these kicking woes that the Indians have had, both kickoffs and punts, have not gone well for Indianola tonight.
Well, you're right. As we look forward to that fourth quarter with Bennett Brick's arm and the way he can get it, if these receivers can get open, that gives him probably that extra, I'll say 5 to 12 to 15 yards, and hopefully that might be an advantage for Indianola. And now they've got to at least run a play here.
1st and 10. Hands it off. Kalarick tries the left side, pushes forward, gets up to the 23-yard line. And a gain of 3 for Kalarick, and that should be the final play of the third quarter. And Indianola rushing to the line, 3 seconds in the quarter, 2 seconds. And they get Lewis Central to jump as time runs out, but they're not going to call it, it looks like.
I don't think he
and
jumped across the line.
Time runs out. Yeah. We'll stay right here inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Let's take a look at our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. Indianola trails Lewis Central 28-21, 12 minutes on the clock as we start quarter number 4. Winterset now leads Decorah 14-13. That one's in the third quarter. Other Class 4A scores, Bondurant Farrar 25, Waverly Shell Rock 20. And last we heard was Xavier was up on, let me double check here if they're still up. It was 17-7, Xavier Webster City. And that's all we got right now for Class 4A scores. That's a Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. Your home should be comfortable no matter the weather. Indianola led 21-14, their first lead of the game, on a huge connection to Carter Erickson, then gave up the ensuing kickoff touchdown. Then after nearly a punt return for a touchdown, the Indianola Indians intercepted it. This is a full Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset, by the way. And then Lewis Central came down and drove after another near punt return for a touchdown. So Indians, I think, lucky to be down just 7 right now with 12 minutes to go in the game, and they have the ball with a chance to tie it up. Brick tosses it out left side, caught. Kingery gets up to the 25, and that'll be a gain of 3.
Yeah, gain of 3. I'll tell you what, Lewis Central had that covered all the way out there. Got out there very special, and I think helping make that tackle was
Kingery's
Wallace.
First catch.
Yeah,
does go for 4. Makes it 3rd and 4 up to the 26 as Kingery reaches forward. 11.5 minutes to go. Indianola with a big third down opportunity. You do not want to give the ball back to a team when you're down by a score in the fourth quarter. Still a big formation for the Indians. And a timeout called by head coach Eric Kluver. He did not like what he was seeing on the field.
Well, I think their defense set up, give them a little bit of a different combination, different look, so he wanted to make sure that. Now, what they had called might not have been the right defense to throw that at. So, timeout, he's going to go back, and I think that's a good timeout.
So, a timeout called by head coach Eric Kluver. Indianola trailing 28-21. And, Rick, as I look at this game, it feels like Indianola either a win here, they still have to fix their special teams going into the Dome, but that's obviously a bit of a reach right now, trailing by 7, and every play at this point becomes incredibly crucial. One mistake could decide the game here at this point.
It definitely could, and right now they trail 28-21. We're just starting that fourth quarter here, and Indianola has called a timeout after the first play for line scrimmage. Brings up a third down and 4 situation for Indianola.
Erickson, Gordon to the right, Kingery to the left. 3rd and 4, Brick in the pistol with Kalarick behind him. Back at their own 36-yard line. Brick drops back to pass, double move, takes a shot right side, wide open. Erickson caught at the 38, up to the 39, pushing forward across the 40. And Carter Erickson with another huge gain of 16 yards through the air.
Yeah, good catch. Great throw, great call there. We're going to get, I think it's 16 yards on that. Yeah, good call, and the 16 yards that adds to Erickson's total. He's up over 100 now.
3 catches for over 100 for Erickson. All of them big plays. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. 1st and 10, Indianola at their own 42. Double wide receivers right, one to the left. Same formation. Brick in the pistol. Hands it off Kolarek, and he's just swallowed up back at the 40. Nowhere to go, and they give him the 41, so it's just a loss of 1, but it's 2nd and 11. And Lewis Central just winning that line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you what, if it's not LeMasters, it's Hatcher, the middle linebacker. He's doing a great job of coming in right off the top. He's right there, that middle linebacker. He's making some great plays, and they come in and just made a nice stop there.
Struggling to run the ball tonight for Indianola. Gordon alone to the right now with Erickson and Kingery to the left. Flanked by running backs is Brick. Kolarek goes in motion. Brick rolls out to his left, takes a shot towards the sideline, and it is caught near the 47. No, incomplete. They say it hits the deck. Incomplete, intended towards Kingery. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down. They need the Lewis Central 48. Now it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, probably would have been shy about 4 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 11, like you said. Ball is at the 41. They've got to get it across midfield to the 48 to get that first down. Let's see what they can come up here on 3rd and long.
Clock is stopped at 10:09 to go. Indianola trailing Lewis Central 28-21. Trips wide receivers right, and Kingery alone to the left in single coverage. There's no safety over the top. Brick drops back to pass. Takes a shot left, now scrambles forward, tosses it across the middle, it's caught at midfield across the 40, it's Erickson again, and inside Lewis Central territory up to the 35, and Erickson has just been huge this game. That goes for 25 yards.
Yeah, what a great shot, and that over the middle, you saw that, and Bennett Brick had to make an adjustment, and he I think Erickson might have been the safety receiver on that, and he hit him 25 more yards for that, and it gives Carter Erickson 25 more to his total.
Trips right, one to the left. Indianola 1st and 10 at the Lewis Central 34. Brick drops back to pass. They set up a screen to Kolarek, and he's got a lot of room to run, and a blocker out in front to the 25, to the 20, and stays on his feet inside the McCoy True Value red zone up to the 18-yard line. It goes for 16 again through the air.
Another 16 yards. You can't beat that, and of course they hit Kolarek.
Great screen. They finally take advantage of this Lewis Central pressure. They were not ready for that. Under 9.5 to go, Indianola 1st and 10 at the Lewis Central 18, trailing 28-21. One receiver out right, two to the left is Shivers and Kingery. Gordon to the right. Kolarek with the handoff, tries the left side, pushes forward, falls down at the 15-yard line. Gain of 3 for Kolarek on the ground. Deo, a big part of that stop for Lewis Central.
Yeah, Eric Miller, the tight end, he's been great out there too. He's 6'3", 200-pound senior. He's been just about everywhere the ball has been this evening, and that defensive end has played that spot very well tonight for Lewis Central.
Morawski and Kolarek flanking Brick.
Got him to jump.
Got him to jump. No flag as he got back just in case. As Brick now looks to the sideline, under 10 on the play clock. 5 seconds as Brick changes the play. Gets the snap, drops back, looks right side, takes a shot into the end zone towards the corner, and it is intercepted by Lewis Central. Intercepted by the Titans. Great play into the end zone. I didn't see who it was yet.
I'm trying to pick it up. They're all surrounded around him. You know what? I think it was LeMasters.
I think it was Boston Hensley,
yeah,
number
Hensley,
6.
Excuse me, yeah, Hensley. The corner, the safety back there.
Indianola fans not happy about the lack of a encroachment call on that. 8:22 to go, and a turnover gives the ball back to Lewis Central in the end zone. Hensley with a fantastic interception. So now the Indianola defense has to hold with 8:22 remaining in the contest. Double wide receivers left and right. 1st and 10, Lewis Central at their own 20. Camrad hands it off. Humpel, strong, meets him at the line of scrimmage, but he stays on his feet, and he keeps pushing. Finally taken down at the 21 after about 4 or 5 Indians come and hit him.
Lundberg and Kolarek really did a great. I mean, he's still going to give him a couple
yards. Got 2 yards. More importantly for Lewis Central, under 8 minutes to go.
They've got the ball. They lead by 7, and the clock is going. Indianola needs to make that stop. Again, we come up with a second and long situation, and pretty much Lewis Central all night has really converted or made it a third and short.
Humple, handoff, left side, cuts forward. Lundberg brings him down from behind, but not before he crosses the 25. And
got a flag on the far side.
Flag on the far side. I think it's in the area of holding.
It's got a pickup of about 3 or 4, but that may be coming back, Andrew. Face mask. It's going to be against Indianola.
It's a face mask on Indianola. So from the end of the run at the 26, makes it 1st and 10, Lewis Central at their own 41. Officially a gain of 4 for Humple on the rush, and then a personal foul penalty.
Yeah, face mask on that, that's going to give. Oh, Lewis Central just got, and that's just a
up to the 42, yeah.
Yeah, 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Only the second penalty for the Indians, and it comes with 7:25 to go here.
And it's a big one.
4th, big penalty.
1st and 10, 4 wide receivers out to the right. Camrad in the shotgun, 7:15 left to go. Handoff, Humple up the middle, and a nice job tackling him as he crosses to the 44. Just a gain of 2 for Humple, and that's his 22nd carry of the night. Naughton looked like he grabbed him by the waist.
I think Lundberg came in and made a nice play there. They got a nice stop, but just pick up of a yard.
So just a yard. 2nd and 9, but again, Lewis Central pretty happy at this point to see that clock continue to wind down. Double wide receivers right and left for the Titans. 2nd and 9. Camrad in the shotgun, Humple next to him. Camrad drops back to pass. Throws it left side, caught. Evades the defender across midfield and out of bounds inside Indianola territory at the 41-yard line. A gain of 17 on the far side.
And that's Cyborn with the catch, his first catch of the night.
It's enough inside Indianola territory to the 41-yard line. And it feels like Indianola is in need of a big play here, Rick.
Yeah, they're going to have a big play here. We got 6.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. They've got to come up with something big, and it's got to happen now as they trail by 7, 28-21.
Double wide receivers left, double right for Lewis Central. 1st and 10. Handoff, Humple. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but does fall forward to the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 for Humple. Sets up 2nd and 7. And again, the Titans will have 2nd down under 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, their running back, Humple, is closing in on 100 yards. I've got him with 97. That's 23 carries for 97 yards. And the clock's still moving. The clock is what Lewis Central wants to happen. Indianola's got to make something happen here as they took almost a minute plus off that. So they've got a 2nd down and 4 situation.
2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3. Double wide receivers left and right and an extra blocker in now. Humple with the handoff. Met up the middle, gets to the 35 and down at the 34. Another gain of 4 sets up 3rd and 3. And this is danger situation if you're Indianola, because if they convert this, they can take at least another couple minutes off. Then you're starting to wonder when Indianola starts to burn their timeouts.
And they are close enough as they do this. They don't need 6. They don't need it 6 points. If you got a good kicker, if he puts 3 on, the time's running long here. So here we go.
3rd and 3, big play here. Camrad in the shotgun, looks to the sideline, double receivers right, one to the left. They need the 31 for a 1st down, they're at the 34. Humple, carry, Met in the backfield, stays on his feet, but now he's down. Great play coming up for Indianola. Erickson made the tackle, but Wyatt DeWitt came in and made the initial hit, and substitutes come in. It's 4th and long now. Loss of 1.5 yards on the play, and we'll see what Lewis Central does.
Yeah, that's going to put the ball back.
I think they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it. They lead here. They've got the clock in their favor. They're going to go for
5 wide receivers, 4th and 4 at the Indianola 36-yard line. Cameron looks to the sideline. Now goes up. Play clock under 8. Nobody in the backfield with Cameron. And I think they're going to take a delay of game. Yeah, that's what we're going to get here.
Tried to get Indianola to jump offside. They couldn't get it done, and Indianola tried to shift over because they had three receivers over there.
Gives them a little bit more room to punt.
It's delay, yeah. They can see if they can pinpoint the Indians down there. That's a delay game. That's probably not a bad call for them right now.
That's
clock
what
ran
they
down
wanted.
too. Yeah, that's 8 penalties for 50 yards for Lewis Central. That's their 8th penalty. But yeah, not a bad play by them. What it did, it got the clock to come down. 4:13 is what it got. They're going to be able to punt this ball away and see if they can pin Indianola inside the 10-yard line.
4 wide for Lewis Central. I can't imagine they'd run any sort of fake here, and they get the punt off nice and high, and a fair catch called for by Indianola, and it bounces at the 12, takes a couple of Lewis Central bounces, and ends up at the 10-yard line with 4 minutes to go in the contest. Indianola trails Lewis Central 28-21. In case you missed it, presented by DeArmond Ford, the Indians scored first just 19 seconds into the second half, and it's been all Lewis Central since then. A touchdown on special teams on a kickoff return, and then a nice 1-yard rush from Braylon Camrad. Indianola 90 yards to go to tie this game. 2 timeouts, 4 minutes to go. As Rick Wilson said, it's gut check time. The Unidome is on the line. Double wide receivers left and right for Brick. Drops back to pass. Looks right side and caught across the middle. In and out of the hands. Shivers still comes up with it. Catches it across the 20 and down to the 26-yard line. Dangerous from Shivers, but a gain of 16.
16 for Shivers. Boy, he concentrated. Boy, I thought that was popping out. He brought it back in. Good job that time. And first down for Indianola.
1st and 10, Indianola now at their own 26. 3:40 to go and counting. Double running backs in with Brick. Drops back to pass. Rolls to his right. Has a lot of room. Takes a shot deep down the field. Has his receiver and Erickson and overthrows him with the wind. There's a flag that comes out in the area of holding. Erickson had the step, and Brick chucked it downfield.
Well, good job by Bennett Brick. He stepped out of the pocket, and they're going to throw a flag, but I'm not sure what that call is. Let me see what they're going to do. They're looking. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what they come up with.
They're looking to the sideline.
They'll probably back it out. It looks like it's going to be against Indianola, I think. Indians.
Holding on Indianola with 3:27 to go. So it is from the spot of the foul, too. Boy, that is a big loss.
It's going to take it back. Andrew, that ball's going to be spotted right around the 10-yard line, I think. The holding call. Yep.
Should be 1st and 26 as they take over at their own 10. 3:27 to go in the ball game. Indianola trails 28-21. Lewis Central 1st and 26, and they're right where we were after a 16-yard gain to Shivers. Empty backfield. Brick drops back to pass. Looks right side. Caught. Gordon across to the 25-yard line. And that is a gain of 15.
He's going to spot him out at the 24.
So 14 yards to Gordon.
Yards.
Second and manageable here at this point. They need the 36. It's 2nd and 12 now. And
you don't need to panic here. You just
4
want to
down
get
territory
down.
too.
Yeah, you're going. This is no matter what here because you got 3:21. It stops the clock as he went out of bounds. You just need to pick up probably another 10 yards on this. They got to get it to the 42 for a first down.
Kolarek goes in motion. They set up to him. He catches it out in the flat. Evades one defender, but can't get away from him, actually. And a great tackle coming up for Lewis Central. Nick Miller tackles Kolarek at the 25. It's just a gain of 1. And it's now 3rd and 11 for Indianola. Under 3 minutes to go now.
I'll tell you what, Lewis Central's defense, they've just been all over Cale Kolarek. I mean, he's picked up some yards, but boy, they have not let him pick up a lot. And they're
3rd and 11 at their own 25. Trips wide receivers right. One to the left is Kingery. Brick drops back to pass. Surveys the field, tosses it right, and it's intercepted by Lewis Central, and this one should be returned, maybe for 6. Stiff arms the defender, stays on his feet across the 5, and Lewis Central with the play of the day. Wyatt Hatcher with the interception returns it inside the McCoy True Value red zone, and the Titans have a big chance to maybe put a dagger in the Indians.
Yeah, Hatcher, he's got a couple of big plays in there at that middle linebacker along with LeMasters. That linebacking core has just been terrific tonight with LeMasters, Hatcher, and Ludington. They've just done a spectacular job, and right now, and really I'm not sure, Bennett Brick looked like he jumped up to throw that, and there was really nobody around Hatcher, but he was right there to pick that up, and that ball's now 1st and goal from the 5.
1st and goal from the 5-yard line after the interception by Wyatt Hatcher, and Lewis Central hands it off to Humple, up the middle, rushes forward, nearly untouched, into the end zone, and they take a 2-score lead, and that just might be enough to do it with 2:28 remaining. A 5-yard rush from Humple. It's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day with 2:28 remaining, and now Indianola needs a miracle. Waiting on the extra point here. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights and in. We'll be back after this for more on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. 2:28 to go, Indianola trails 35-21.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be okay, but that turkey won't.
That wasn't a turkey, that was a deer.
A deer? Then why do I keep hearing turkeys?
Maybe you're not okay, unless you're thinking about Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola.
Why would I be thinking about Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola?
Because now until Thanksgiving, whenever you hit a deer, you get a turkey.
Since I hit a deer, I get a turkey?
That's right, hit a deer, get a turkey. Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola.
There's more to a dealership than just sales and service. At Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola, their experienced parts department has all the high-quality factory parts to keep your vehicle running smoothly, even when the cold weather comes. And if you're in the market for a new or used Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram car, SUV, or pickup, their top-notch finance department has you covered and can get you out on the road in the vehicle you're looking for quickly and smoothly. From parts and service to financing on your next ride, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola.
Indianola trailing Lewis Central 35-21 in this Class 4A quarterfinal matchup. An interception might have been enough to do it. And Lewis Central, with all the momentum, Indianola needs a miracle here at this point. Kickoff towards the corner, and it will go out of bounds, so at least the Indians will have an illegal procedure. Did not touch the ball, so no time came off the clock, and they need a quick score and an immediate onside kick here, Rick.
Here's the thing. We had a couple of turnovers, and they came in that 4th quarter where that's not where you wanted those to happen. And it's just not, it's not something that you wanted to happen. And then the Lewis Central Titans have taken
you got to start taking
some
risks here, too.
Yeah.
I would think Drew Kingery is going to be heavily involved in whatever Coach Curtis has drawn up for Indianola. Trips wide receivers left, one to the right for Indianola. 1st and 10 at their own 35. Kingery goes in motion from left to right. Brick in the shotgun, drops back to pass. Evading the pressure, throws it right side down the field towards the sideline. Kingery nearly had it, but it's tipped out of bounds. Great play for Lewis Central, and it's incomplete.
That was a fantastic play by their defense over there. It looks like might have been LeMasters, or it could have been Hensley. I got to check the call over there.
It would have been a great catch by Kingery.
I think it was LeMaster over there.
2:20 to go now in the ball game. Trips wide receivers to the left, double wide receivers to the right. Brick alone in the backfield. 2nd and 10. Quickly throws it right side, nearly picked off again, and it's off the defender's hands and tipped up and falls incomplete. 2:16 now to go, and back-to-back incompletions. It's 3rd and 10.
It was LeMaster over there. He got a tip on it, got it up there, and it went over Gordon's head and went out of bounds. It stops the clock.
Do have a final coming in Class 4A. Xavier 24, Webster City 13. So Xavier looks to be the number 1 seed going to the Unidome. 2:16 to go, 3rd and 10. Indianola at their own 35-yard line, 4 wide receivers. Shivers and Gordon to the right. Brick drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Takes a look, tosses it over, and it is in and out of the hands of Kingery. And
That's
looks like
dangerous.
Shivers hit the deck at the 40. I don't know if he slipped or faced some contact, but it is incomplete again. And now 4th and 10, Indianola.
.209, that stops the clock, and Indianola has, well, at least in this, they've got to be able to come up with 10 yards. They've got to get it to the 45. And of course, the Lewis Central fans across the way, they're up. They're wanting their defense to make a stop here. Indianola
showing blitz. Brick changes the protection. Clock is stopped, so they have a little bit of extra time. 3 seconds on the play clock. Now they got to go for it. Snap comes. Extra pressure. Brick steps up, looks down the field, throws it across the middle. Great catch for Gordon across and enough for a first down to the 46. 11, and a great catch for Indianola. That was Kingery, excuse me. It was not Gordon. 1st and 10, Indians. Clock's under 2 minutes now. 4th and 10 conversion. Got to take a shot deep if you're Brick. Throws it right side down the sideline and intended for Gordon, incomplete across the 30. And not a bad pass, especially if Gordon can maybe come up with that, but he had no chance to catch it, and it's 2nd and 10. You need to score quick here, Rick, and maybe even leave yourself enough time. But again, we're looking way ahead at this point.
Yeah, this time they've still got a ways to go here. They're 53 yards yet before they get to the end zone. That was a great play. I like that play over there. It's going to go towards the end zone, or excuse me, out of bounds line, but just Gordon couldn't quite get it. Now we've got a 2nd and 10 situation.
Double wide receivers left and right. Brick drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, takes a shot across the middle. Caught. Will Shivers catches it at the 35s. Clock potentially or temporarily stops on a first down. It's a gain of 18 through the air to Shivers. Clock running, 1:33. Indianola with some urgency. 4 wide again. Brick drops back to pass, looks left side this time. Caught. Erickson pushes forward and stays on his feet and gets out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Should be enough for 7. Clock stops at 1:22. 34 passing attempts I have for Bennett Brick in this game.
He's got quite a few of them out there. You betcha.
2nd and 3, 1:22 to go. Indianola trailing 35-21. They need a score and an onside kick. Brick, they set up the screen and nobody home. Well, Kalarick was there, but well defended by Lewis Central. 3rd and 3, 1:18 to go. At the Lewis Central 27. This drive has gone well for the Indians, but it might be too little too late.
Yeah, this almost needs to go into the end zone like this play or the next play. This has got to go deep.
Brick drops back, they throw it to Shivers. He crosses up the 25, should be enough for a first down to the 23. Clock stops at 1:12, gain of 3. 1st and 10, Indianola, clock running 1:10. Everyone rushes to the line, 1st and 10, Indianola. Brick drops back to pass, faces pressure, rolls out to his right, tries to toss it out right side, nobody home, and it's across the line of scrimmage, and he was outside the tackle box, so it should not be intentional grounding, should just be incomplete. And it's 2nd and 10.
I've got 40 attempts at passing for Brick tonight. He's put that ball in here. That's been their play, but he's on him for 290 yards.
Yeah, and they have not tried Kalarick on the ground in this 4th quarter.
Nope, not at all.
Trips wide receivers right, 1 to the left, 1:01 left on the game clock, and Indianola trails by 2 touchdowns, and Blake is in at quarterback. Blake is in, steps up in the pocket, rolls out to his left, and he is sacked back at the 26-yard line, and that is huge. It's going to take a ton of time off the clock. And Indianola is forced to take a timeout. 54.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, Bennett Brick went down here as he threw that, and he had to come off. So he's down on the sideline. I don't know if he's ready to come back in or what the coach is going to do, but there is a timeout on the field.
That is their second timeout. 54.9 seconds the clock will be reset to. You are listening to Indianola High School football, powered by Community First Credit Union on AM 1320, FM 95.3, and FM 94.3, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. 54.9 seconds to go in this contest. Indianola trailing 35-21 with just one timeout. The only way to come back in this game is basically score a touchdown now, Rick, and then get the onside kick.
Yeah, this has got to happen really quickly. And, Andrew, we had some time come off, but it's 54.9. That's what's on the clock. The timeout. Indianola has to score immediately. And then onside kick, get the ball back, and then try to make something happen from that.
So absolutely, and Lewis Central special teams has been the difference. Not only has it given them a touchdown and nearly a couple, but it's set them up to score two.
I'll tell you what, if the kids dress like little elves, if they can wish upon a star, whatever you want, they got to make something happen here. Let's get this going, and let's see what happens here. We got 54.9, and, of course, the Indians trail by 2 scores.
Indianola's fans wishing for a early Christmas miracle. Double running back setup. Kolarek goes in motion. Morawski now set back up with Brick. Drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, takes a shot deep into the end zone, and that one's way overthrown. And it will be, I believe, 4th down and 12 now, and a late flag comes out. I think this one's against Indianola.
Yeah, it looks like it's Lewis Central celebrating a little bit here. Wow.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. 4th and 27 now from the 40-yard line, and this is just a prayer up into the end zone.
And I didn't see any extra activity, so when you're down there, I would think maybe something might have been said.
Well, a Lewis
sure.
Central player, I looked over and was on the ground and came up clapping, and the referee was right there.
Well,
so I'm assuming something happened. I didn't quite see it, but Lewis Central, deservingly so, with a 2-touchdown lead right now, leading 35-21, just 49 seconds to go. It's 4th and 26 for Indianola.
Here it is, right here.
And this one has to be a shot up into the end zone. Trips wide receivers right, one to the left. Brick faces pressure, steps up, has to just chuck it as he's hit, as he's thrown, and that one will do it. Incomplete, and Lewis Central has just stamped their ticket to the Unidome. Great performance from the Indians. Lewis Central came up big when they needed it most. Coach Kluver talked about special teams in the pregame interview, and at the end of the day, to me, that's what Lewis Central was just too strong on special teams. They were just way too good. Put their offense in a position to succeed when they weren't scoring points, and it felt like the Indians just didn't have an answer on kickoffs and on punts. Indians still with one timeout, but Lewis Central should be in the victory formation here. And they will wait until to kneel, and Indianola won't take a timeout,
and they'll start the
that should do it.
That should be it right there. There shouldn't be another
play clock doesn't have to set until now. 30 seconds left to go, and that will do it. It was a great contest, but Indianola's season unfortunately comes to a close here, and we wish the best for Lewis Central at the Unidome. 15 seconds to go. Coach Kluver said it. He kind of hoped this matchup would be at the Unidome if these two teams saw each other again. Unfortunately, it's a round early, and that does it. Our final score here at Indianola Stadium, Lewis Central 35, Indianola 21, and we'll have post-game coverage coming up after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Colder temperatures will be here before you know it. Are you prepared? Get your furnace checked today by the professionals at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Don't get stuck in the cold. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola, for a quality heating service call or new furnace today. Joe and his crew will get you taken care of, so whatever happens outside, you know you have that quality warmth inside. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today and make sure you're not left in the cold.
When it comes to those holiday meals, family can be pretty messy. The good news this holiday season is McCoy True Value in Indianola has you covered. Now through November 15th, you can order linens to rent, pick up, and drop off at McCoy True Value, making your cleanup a little easier this holiday season. Check out the linens for rent, including napkins, at WeRentLinens.com. Call McCoy True Value at 515-961-4755 to make your order and have your holiday season be a little less stressful. McCoy True Value, service with heart. Fairway of Indianola is a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics. Fairway's mission is to give each customer a great shopping experience through their farm fresh produce, full-service meat department, affordable prices, and personalized to-your-car service. Fairway in Indianola would like to say congratulations to the Indianola High School football team for their recent district championship and making the Class 4A state playoffs. Congratulations and go Indians! From Fairway of Indianola.
Miller Electric and Indianola are proud supporters of Indianola High School athletics. Located at 1009 East Hillcrest Avenue in Indianola, Miller Electric is your local residential, commercial, ag, industrial, and institutional electrical contractor who proudly serve Indianola in all of Warren County. Miller Electric would like to take time to wish good luck to the Indianola High School football team as they compete in the Class 4A state playoffs. Go Indians!
Welcome to the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio post-game show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve greater. Final score, Lewis Central 35, Indianola 21. Indianola ends their season with a 9-2 record in the final 8 here. Lewis Central advances to the Dome, and it looks like Lewis Central playing Waverly Shell Rock next round, and Xavier playing Winterset, assuming, well, really, anyway, as long as Winterset and Decorah. Winterset leading 22-19 right now, but regardless of the outcome, it looks like Lewis Central, Waverly, Shell Rock next week, and Indianola falls to Lewis Central here 35-21. And he's Rick Wilson, I'm Andrew Swadner, and Rick, it came down to playmaking in the second half and special teams. Indianola led 21-14 2 plays into the third quarter and had all the momentum, and then the air just got sucked out of the room. The next play on a kickoff return, Lewis Central erased all of Indianola's hard work, and the Indians didn't see the end zone again.
They did not, Andrew. And in that fourth quarter, they had a couple of interceptions thrown and then 2 turnovers like that. And when you're trying to play catch up, it's just not going to happen. And it didn't happen. 35-21. Well, I'll tell you what, so proud of these young men. And Lewis Central, I mean, it's those that made the fewest mistakes, but they each made, I think they had the same amount of turnovers, mistakes, or whatever, but special teams was a key for the Lewis Central Titans. They're going off the field here. The fans are on the Lewis Central side are behind them, and they line up over there as they come through the student body and over there. Congratulations to Lewis Central. Played the ball good. Played the game tonight. They deserve.
They did exactly what they needed to.
You bet. That's what it was.
They took away Indianola's run game. They forced the Indians to beat them in the pass. Indianola had some success with that, but then their defense played just good enough. Their special teams were off the charts good tonight for the Titans, and that's how they beat Indianola. I thought these teams were, again, very evenly matched. Indianola led 21-14, but then 21 unanswered for Lewis Central, put them up 35-21, and you can't have a turnover in the end zone for one when you're down 7, and then your defense forces a punt, you're down 7, and an interception gets them all the way back to the 5-yard line. So just some crucial mistakes, and again, those aren't all on Bennett Brick. There's a lot of things that go into interceptions, and it was fantastic play. That interception in the end zone that came out by Boston Hensley is my D. Armand Ford Radio key play of the game, because that was a fantastic interception.
That right there, he played that, Hensley played that very well, and he had that covered exceptional, and that's the play for them tonight. It seriously is. But oh gosh, you hate to see that, But well, what this team accomplished. You look at their accomplishments this year and the things they come out. But I know it's disappointing. It is, and these kids are thinking, yeah, we got beat, we lost. Well, you know what, parents. people that are out there listening to this, those of us that have seen this team we've seen them progress to become the team they've done. You look down on the field right there with Coach Kluver and Carter Erickson. That was one of those hugs. He's got the seniors down there. He's congratulating them on a great season. Good job by them. It's life.
Well, speaking of Carter Erickson, he's my DeArmond Ford Radio Key player of the game. It felt like he came up with big play after big play. I have him for 5 receptions, well over 100 yards. I know you have the final stats on Carter Erickson.
134
yards, 5 receptions, and a 67-yard touchdown, and then an interception on the end zone on defense, too. So Carter Erickson was huge all night. Unfortunately, the Indian season comes to a close, but that's our DeArmond Ford Radio Key play and player of the game. DeArmond Ford, you'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. Today's longest drive is presented by Napa Auto Parts, and it was that first drive of the second half is our longest drive. Indianola going 70 yards after the illegal procedure. A 3-yard pass from Brick to Kingery set up a 2nd and 7, and then 67 yards from Brick to Erickson through the air, and Indianola goes 70 yards, 2 plays, and takes a 21-14 lead.
And they came out of the second half into that third quarter, and we talked about what they needed to do, and they did that. And then the kickoff, and then it's just like you get somebody shot an arrow at you, and all the air comes out of the balloon. And I'm telling you, it just special teams. Lewis Central had it. They're running that ball. They just did everything they needed to do to win this ball game, and congratulations to them again.
Today's longest drive presented by Napa Auto Parts at Indianola. If something is preventing you from making a long drive, stop by your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola, featuring a knowledgeable staff that can help you regardless of how long your next drive is. Now that's Napa know-how. We'll take a short time out. We see Coach Eric Kluver making his way up here. You're listening to Indianola football post-game coverage, the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio post-game show. Indianola falls to Lewis Central 35-21. We'll talk with head coach Kluver after this.
Have you ever put together a 1,000-piece puzzle? Have you ever done so without the picture on the box? Managing all aspects of your financial picture can be a lot like that. This is Seth Lampman with ClearPath Financial, and we are a boutique investment services company located off the southwest corner of the Indianola Square. In combination with Sage Point Financial, we specialize in working with select families and small businesses to achieve a work-optional lifestyle. Call Seth at ClearPath Financial, 515-442-9293. ClearPath Financial. Plan, invest, protect.
Stop into your local Indianola Hy-Vee now through November 9th for their latest hot deals. Betty Crocker potatoes are on sale 4 for $5. Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and you can buy a ham and get a turkey free. Malto Meal cereals are 2 for $5. Frito-Lay Ruffles or Smart Food are 2 for $6. Pillsbury Crescent or Cinnamon Rolls are 3 for $6. Pillsbury Classic Brownies or Supreme Cake Mix is 4 for $5. And Hy-Vee Instant Oatmeal is 2 for $3. So stop into your local Indianola Hy-Vee today to take advantage of these hot deals.
Are you prepared for the cold weather ahead? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can get your vehicle ready for the cold months ahead by making sure your heater is performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can check the tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding this fall when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're prepared this fall by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Hi, this is Chad Keller with Keller's Garage in Indianola, Iowa. I'd like to take time to thank everyone that trusts us to work on their vehicles, and for simply taking it to Keller's.
Woohoo! Indianola Indians! You've made it to the playoffs! Sports Page Bar and Grill of Indianola wants to recognize you for your dedication and success this football season. When it comes to the best games with the best game time food, think Sports Page in Indianola. Cheer on your favorite team every day, including your very own Indianola Indians. Come watch them win this postseason at the Sports Page Bar and Grill in Indianola. It's time for the Indianola Hy-Vee Whole Hog Sale. Pre-order a whole boneless hog for just $399. That's over 150 pounds of meat for just $2.65 a pound. Or get a boneless half hog for just $249, or $3.31 per pound for over 75 pounds of pork. To pre-order your boneless whole or half hog, call your Indianola Hy-Vee at 515-961-5329, ask for the meat department, and order your hog. It's the Indianola Hy-Vee Whole Hog Sale, November 8th through the 21st.
Welcome back to postgame coverage on 94.3 KNIA, the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show, and to continuing local high school football coverage. Indianola falls to Lewis Central in the quarterfinal round 35-21, joined by head coach Eric Kluver. Coach, I know this wasn't the conversation you wanted when you thought about this game, but Indianola fights tough all the way to the end, and a couple plays here and there, but their season ends.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Lewis Central. They were the more physical football team tonight. Really shut down our run game, made us one-dimensional, had to throw it a lot. They won special teams, told the team all week we have to be able to win special teams, so we knew that was going to be tough. And then defensively, we played well at times, but I didn't think we necessarily tackled very well. So credit to Lewis Central. It's a good football team, two really good football teams, and they played better tonight.
Well, what was working for them on special teams? Because, like you said, you knew it was going to be hard coming in. They're a very talented team. But, again, that just felt like where the difference was.
Yeah, well, strong leg out of the kicker, top punter in Class 4A, and then anyone that was at the game to watch Fadone, how quick he is. We go up 21-14 and out of half, and then all of a sudden there goes a kick return, and all of our momentum's gone. And unfortunately we've done that too much this year, and it bit us in the rear. So, really proud of our guys. You're right. They fought hard to the end, and I knew that was going to happen. There's no quit in these guys. They've done a tremendous job, and even though there's a lot of heads hanging right now, a lot of tears, there's a lot to think about and a lot of great memories on a wonderful season.
Well, I did want to go back to the first half because it felt like Indianola was the more disciplined team, not only drawing a lot of Lewis Central penalties, but then taking advantage of some of those. I'm thinking on a fake punt, drawing a pass interference, Bennett Brick with the hard count. Is that what you were seeing, that Indianola was just very disciplined in that first half?
Yeah, we wanted to be the more disciplined football team, and we felt that we could – get some cheap yards out of them. We've had that fake punt in since week 4 when we played them before, and we've, used one last week that was similar to it. This time we went over the top to Drew and got the pass interference. So, that was a big play in the game and kept our drive going. So, there's a lot of things that you can go back in this football game and wish you can have back, but unfortunately you just can't. You just can't. That's not how it works. And Lewis Central was the better football team tonight. You got to give them a lot of credit.
We talked a lot over the last couple of years about seniors who had graduated and lost in the playoffs previously maybe wouldn't see the benefit of the future of the program, and I think that says for this senior class too. What did they leave their mark on this program, or how did they leave that mark?
Well, they've taken this program to new heights, and they've been a part of some playoff games and playoff teams, and to make it to the second round and get beat by a good football team in Lewis Central in the quarters. No shame in that. Did we want to go to the Dome? Absolutely. Those were our goals all year long, and like I told the guys, the sun's going to come up tomorrow, okay? It should hurt when you work really hard and invest a lot in something and it doesn't go your way. It's going to hurt, but we'll all be better from this. I've talked about this many times, but there's no better game than the game of football and learning about teamwork and discipline and hard work. So, really proud of the 20 seniors that are standing down there taking a picture right now, and they've left their mark, and like I said, really have elevated our football program to new heights.
Well, I won't ask you to look too far ahead in the future, but what do you think about this team as a whole, as much of they've grown this year and kind of the program on a macro level, the direction that the Indians are going?
Yeah. For years and years and years, it was we didn't even, our goal was to make the playoffs, and it took a lot of years to get there. And the three previous we were able to. We didn't have a great seeds, so we played, number 1, number 2 seeds. And but this team has really brought a lot of belief, I think, to the lower level players that, hey, we've put a lot of hard work into this, and through this hard work, this is what can happen. So, just a bunch of great role models, and hopefully our younger guys are witnessing this, and they're soaking it in, and they want to continue to work hard and keep our program and moving in the right direction.
Any final thoughts on a 35-21 defeat to Lewis Central here?
No, just outstanding year, and a lot of good things. There will be a lot of great memories to think back, and it's hard right now, but I'm proud of my coaching staff. I'm proud of our players. I'm proud of our community, and we always want to go out and represent them in the best possible way, and I think we did that throughout the season.
Thank you very much for joining us, Coach. It was a real pleasure to watch this team all season long, and we'll catch up with you in about a week or two.
Thanks for your coverage, guys.
We'll have more after this on KNIA and the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show.
When it comes to those holiday meals, family can be pretty messy. The good news this holiday season is McCoy True Value in Indianola has you covered. Now through November 15th, you can order linens to rent, pick up, and drop off at McCoy True Value, making your cleanup a little easier this holiday season. Check out the linens for rent, including napkins, at WeRentLinens.com. Call McCoy True Value at 515-961-4755 to make your order and have your holiday season be a little less stressful. McCoy True Value, service with heart. Fairway of Indianola is a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics. Fairway's mission is to give each customer a great shopping experience through their farm fresh produce, full-service meat department, affordable prices, and personalized to-your-car service. Fairway in Indianola would like to say congratulations to the Indianola High School football team for their recent district championship and making the Class 4A state playoffs. Congratulations and go Indians! From Fairway of Indianola.
Miller Electric and Indianola are proud supporters of Indianola High School athletics. Located at 1009 East Hillcrest Avenue in Indianola, Miller Electric is your local residential, commercial, ag, industrial, and institutional electrical contractor who proudly serve Indianola in all of Warren County. Miller Electric would like to take time to wish good luck to the Indianola High School football team as they compete in the Class 4A state playoffs. Go Indians!
Have you ever put together a 1,000-piece puzzle? Have you ever done so without the picture on the box? Managing all aspects of your financial picture can be a lot like that. This is Seth Lampman with ClearPath Financial, and we are a boutique investment services company located off the southwest corner of the Indianola Square. In combination with Sage Point Financial, we specialize in working with select families and small businesses to achieve a work-optional lifestyle. Call Seth at ClearPath Financial, 515-442-9293. ClearPath Financial. Plan, invest, protect.
And welcome back one final time to the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Post-Game Show on KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube. Indianola falls to Lewis Central 35-21. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Saudner. Rick, again, not the ending this Indians football team wanted, but that's an absolute quality team in Lewis Central that I think has a fantastic chance to go and win a state championship at the Unidome over the next couple of weeks.
You know, I think when the season started, they were one of the top teams picked to be there, and they're going to get a chance to do that. I'm going to look forward to following them in the next couple of ball games up at the Unidome. It's going to be a great 4A. The semifinal games that we're going to be able to see, and a final to see who gets there. But on this note here, as I sat back and thought, you know what, there's these kids, this group of seniors. You talked, I think, Coach, about, you know, where does this team leave their mark on the future of this football program? Well, it goes down into that Little League football. It goes down into the middle school classes, and these younger kids, these freshmen and sophomores or juniors that are going to get a chance next year of what they know that they can accomplish and what they can do. And I think that's their legacy, bringing that up through and showing these kids showing these young people that are coming through what they can do here, not only here on the football field, but they've got to do it in the classroom. And this community has to be proud. They are proud. I know they're proud of these young men, especially these seniors that are still down there on the field right now, Andrew, and just kind of, you know, taking their time. There's no hurry to get off the field here, and it's just, you know, just to reminisce and talk, and it just be, because this is their last moment here out here on this field. And I know for us, for you and me, I can speak for me, but, we've been doing this together for quite a few years. This has been a special year. A chance. We made some history. We got that win, and boy, it was so close to get there. But proud of this football team, and proud of what the coaches did, and mostly proud of the community, the way they turned out tonight, and our students. Indianola, the school district, and students are just so proud of what they do in this community and school district. We've got to be proud as parents, grandparents. Of these kids, just so proud, and I can't say enough about it. Disappointing, oh yeah, your heart's hurting, but and like Coach said, I think he made the comment, and the sun comes up tomorrow, and you've just got to keep looking forward.
Yeah, so it was a great, fun season. It unfortunately comes to a close a little earlier than we wanted, but Indianola falls to Lewis Central 35-21. Want to stay tuned for some highlights. Make sure to stay tuned to our scoreboard show, and Rick and I will be joining it here in just a little bit. That wraps up the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve greater. Thanks to the Indianola Activities Department. They've been helpful all season long. Lee Nelson, Coach Fitzpatrick, John Fitzpatrick, they've been great. Indianola Stadium staff workers here, for all the other broadcasters sending me scores, and I know who are tuning in all night, and as well as all those who tuned in on the YouTube stream. I'm Andrew Swadner. He's Rick Wilson.
So long, old sport.
And we'll see you basketball season. For more Indianola sports on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, 94.3 KNIA. Take it away, Spencer.
Of your silent reverie, you're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here.
Welcome into the Greg Young Buick and GMC of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show. Strap yourself in for the next 60 minutes or so as we recap all of our high school football games from tonight. We'll bring you scores and highlights from around the area with live look-ins from all of our broadcasts and a peek ahead to next week's games. It's time to head into our People's Bank Football Friday Night studio with our host, Nathan Sage.
No, it's not, Spencer. Idiot. It's me. It is Spencer Dirks and Alex Cook. Indianola falls tonight, unfortunately, 35-21 to the Council Bluffs Lewis Central Titans. And let's go straight back to the broadcast booth. Andrew Swadner and Rick Wilson. Obviously not the result that we were hoping for tonight, but it was a fantastic game. And in my opinion, it came down to special teams. But what did it look like from your guys' seat?
You were exactly right, Spencer. Indianola just didn't have much of an answer on special teams. And Lewis Central, that was the mantra going in for Indianola. They knew that would be tough. They knew that they had to avoid a big play. And you heard it for those listening to Coach Kluver's post-game interview. Indianola, after it being tied at halftime 14-14, they come out, they get the big play to Erickson, 67 yards to take a 21-14 lead. Looks like they had all the momentum, and then a kickoff return for touchdown. And it just kind of was a sinking feeling at that point that they might not ever get that one back on the lead, and it felt like they needed just kind of one more big play. They never got it, and then turnovers in the end zone, and then a turnover deep inside their own territory. It was a game that came down to just a couple plays, and unfortunately, Indianola didn't come out on the right end.
One of those things, too, where it was just a tale of two halves as well. Obviously, tie ball game 21-21 at halftime, and the final score 35-21. So it's pretty obvious that it was the second half.
Well, it was 14-14 at halftime, Spencer, and then both teams.
Also, one thing that I kind of noticed, Carter Erickson had a huge interception kind of midway through the third quarter, and Indianola just couldn't capitalize on it. And Swadner, I guess it's just kind of the broken record of just not being able to take advantage of opportunities when they presented themselves.
Well, it felt like 21-21 at halftime. It was actually 14-14, but both teams scored 30 seconds into the second half. So,
there you go.
Yeah, so basically 21-21 at halftime. But, yeah, you're exactly right. It felt like every time Indianola's defense forced a turnover, the offense wasn't able to come up with that big scoring drive and make them pay for it. Or when the offense got a big score, the special teams would give up a touchdown. And Lewis Central just had an answer for everything Indianola tried to do. Kolarik's been a huge weapon, and he's been the guy targeted by defenses all season long, forcing Indianola to throw it. I had him for just Rick. You have the final stats on Kolarik, Rick. What did you see from Kale tonight?
Well, I saw Lewis Central making a great defensive stop on him. I got him 15 carries for 32 yards, and that was that's about it for that. I think 32. I had 48 yards rushing for Indianola in the ball game. But it's tough when you can stop Kolarik, and you can do that. And Coach mentioned this. We were one-dimensional, and that helps, especially against a team like Lewis Central and the defense that they put out there. They had control of that, and they did. And, when we came out in the second half and scored, took the ball down the field and scored, that was it. That was the excitement. That was there. And then to turn around and to kick off and have Fedoni run that back. I mean, he's just an elusive player, and that kind of shot you in the arm, and you just didn't have anything left to do out. It just seemed like they weren't going to recover from that, and they tried. They did everything they could out there, Andrew. They gave it all they had, and they left it on the field. But the better team tonight was Lewis Central, and congratulations.
Yeah,
to
it felt
them.
like Indianola just needed to be front runners tonight, and they were on the back foot all game, Spencer. And that's really credit to Lewis Central. They forced Indianola to play to their game plan, and they're going to have a strong run at the Dome. I have a big feeling about that.
It's one of those things where it's just sad that these two teams had to play not in the Dome. Obviously, this is the second time that they played. Indianola won the first game 14-9, come back in the quarterfinal round of the high school football playoffs and lose 35-21. Rick or Andrew, anything that I've missed or anything that you'd like to add? Obviously, this is the last time, unfortunately, that we'll go inside Indianola presented by McCoy True Value this season.
Well, I just want to say it was a fun ride for Indianola. This has been building to this point over the last several seasons. We've gotten a chance to see them compete in the old Class 4A and sneak into the playoffs as that 15 or 16 seed and give it a good ride, but going up against, number 1 Waukee or number 1 Valley. And, it was always one of those things where you could feel the tide was turning. They just needed that right matchup, and they got it last week for that postseason win, and unfortunately it just kind of didn't happen here tonight. But this team was so much fun to watch, and they're bringing back a lot of talent next year, and they're going to continue to be fun to watch.
And I think this carries forward down into the younger grades, especially the middle school, those kids that will be coming up in here. And I think that carries forward here in Indianola, that pride and that they put out here. And these seniors, that's going to be their legacy, is what they've left here for these kids that are coming up.
All right, Spencer, that's all we have. Excited to hear some highlights.
Yep, we've got plenty of them coming up for you here on the Greg Young Buick and GMC of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show. Spencer Dirks joined by Alex Cook as we just had that one game tonight. Indianola does fall and end their season at 9.